All right, bet. Episode 88. We are back live recording. OG crew today. No special guests. Stunner wanted bread. Barry wanted bread. Negotiations fell through. Episode 88. I'm gonna say the Des Bryant episode.
I was gonna just call it the Cowboy receiver episode.
Okay.
'Cause everybody on
That's
the 88,
hard.
the best receiver on the Cowboys
Yeah.
always 88. But you said Des Bryant. I'm gonna go Michael Irvin.
Yeah,
Go
shout out,
classic, man. My dog.
Shout out to Snow.
You feel me?
Shout out
you
to
feel
Snow
me?
on the bluff. Introduce myself. I am DJ Ish. This is the show about nothing but stop. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us everywhere to my left. Co-host, go ahead. You can introduce yourself.
What's happening? It's your boy D-Rock. We are in this thing, man. We are back, refreshed, energized. Me and Ish been arguing for 2 days about Lil Wayne and Kendrick. We'll get to that soon.
Yep.
Y'all know what the air feel like. The breeze came and feel good outside. Feel like fall, even though it's still summer. Y'all know the NFL season started. As Ish said, just in case you didn't hear him because you put your phone down, please like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, salute to the women.
Shout out to the women, man.
Especially the women of Atlanta.
Yes.
All right. Big news. Big day.
Patriots 1-0.
Me and Ish, I think are like. Oh.
I thought that was the headline. I thought that was the big story today.
Okay. I mean, I guess we can get there at some point, but I don't know if you want to start.
No. I think whatever you had might be better.
So, truthfully, I didn't have anything. I was going to ask Ish live on air. We'll discuss how we want to do this show because we obviously have to talk about the Kendrick because the Kendrick and Wayne thing is one thing, but I got something totally different from that. Okay. My mind went somewhere totally different, and then I saw everybody talking about Lil Wayne. I was like, oh, I thought I was the only one that even cared about that. And I was like, okay, we'll talk about that. I guess we got to talk about that on the show. And then, of course, the NFL season started. We have a plethora of games to discuss all the way from Friday through Monday, actually. So when I went back and I was watching NFL games, we were about 1 for 1 on all of our predictions, I said Caleb couldn't win from the pocket. I was right. He said Aaron Rodgers and the Jets weren't going to be good. He was right.
Yeah.
So there we have it. Where do you want to start?
Let's do Kendrick and Wayne first, just because we got so many games. I feel like once we start talking about the games, they'll kind of flow through each other.
All right, say less. All right. Unless you've been living under a rock, y'all know what time it is. Kendrick Lamar has been given the 2025 Super Bowl. And before we continue, congratulations.
First rapper ever to headline the Super Bowl show.
Yes, amazing feat. Well-deserved. One of the greatest performers.
Shout out to Wayne's brothers. Shout out to Wayne's brothers. If you know, you know.
You know. And shout out to Michael Jackson, as always.
Yep.
Always a time to shout out for Michael Jackson.
Facts.
So, unless you've been living under a rock, Kendrick has gotten the Super Bowl. I am really, really, really excited for this. Not past the Drake beef.
Yeah.
If you have just watched a Kendrick show, if you have just seen Kendrick perform, if you know Kendrick's catalog, I am very, very interested in how he goes about this performance. And also, if you understand the student Kendrick is of music, of rap music, I'm interested to see if he involves New Orleans in any way in the show, just because I know he knows what that is. He was on live singing Hot Boys. Like, I know he loves that culture. So, but moment got a little stepped on because, if you guys know, the greatest rapper to ever touch a microphone, 1A, 1B, and 1C, Kendrick, Wayne, Hove, and Kanye. One of the three is from New Orleans. If you don't know, it's a dreadhead from New Orleans, Lil Wayne. And obviously, everybody was like, well, why Wayne didn't get the show? Well, was Wayne supposed to get the show?
Right.
And everybody that doesn't pay attention to Lil Wayne hasn't gotten any information about Lil Wayne in the briefing because he's not on their algorithm. Everybody is confused and like, well, where did this come from? When did Wayne's name ever get mentioned? Right. I will be the one to tell you because I am all things Lil Wayne. Right. People have been asking Lil Wayne about this since the beginning of last football season.
I was going to say, he's been very vocal about it, right?
He's been very vocal about it, and every interview he has done, he's been asked about it. They asked him about it on Undisputed most of the time, Taylor Rooks, YG, so forth and so on.
Shout out Taylor Rooks.
And shout out to Taylor Rooks. And every single, women of Atlanta, and every single time, Wayne is like, it's the utmost honor. It's everything I've ever wanted. I'm doing everything I can. And I told Ish a couple months ago, Wayne has been outside an uncharacteristic amount. Yeah. Like, Wayne does his shows, and I don't hear nothing else about Wayne. I've seen Wayne presenting awards.
He's been at other shows.
I've seen Wayne doing guest appearances. He was at the Fuji show just hanging out. Like, he doesn't do stuff like that. So I noticed that when he said he was going to put himself into position to where it's hard for people to say no, he was making the effort to do that because the Super Bowl is not something that is just, hey, surprise, you're going to get it. Right. Unless it's Beyonce. Now, like, Beyonce can just be like, all right, I'm going to do the Super Bowl. Now, 1,000%. Okay. Yeah. But everybody else, you kind of have to bid. They they look at everything. They look at what's going on throughout the year.
Yeah, it's a long process.
Yes, it's a very long process. So, Wayne did not get selected. Kendrick did. I would like to start off by saying I think they made the right choice. Right. Because of the marketing aspect of Kendrick Lamar. The marketing aspect of Kendrick Lamar, what Kendrick is doing, done, and is about to do with this album, it made perfect sense for the rapper that just took down the biggest rapper in the world to be the headliner of the biggest event that exists in America, which is the Super Bowl. Biggest TV event, I should say, but I don't even know anything a bigger event than the Super Bowl, to be honest.
No, it's nothing bigger.
So
they be in them terrible countries like, well, soccer. Like, nobody cares.
Who cares about the World Cup? So I'll let Ish take it away. I kind of explained the whole situation. So we have a conversation, a topic at hand. Again, staying off of the fact that Kendrick got it, because I think he should have. Right. If you guys, when I post this, because of course this is getting posted, when I post this, leave in the comments why you think it should have been Wayne over Kendrick. But no one commenting is a bigger Lil Wayne fan than me, and I'm saying he shouldn't have. So that's probably the reason.
Or comment someone else you think if it shouldn't have been Kendrick.
Exactly.
If you think it should have been Drake, if you think it should have been Rihanna, Beyonce. I threw Justin Bieber out there. Listen, when I made that list, I thought that Justin Bieber one was really
Justin Bieber's getting a Super Bowl.
For sure.
In the next 10 to 7.
I think it would be crazy, right?
It's going to be insane, yes.
But just to provide more context, because you mentioned, just knowing how impressive Kendrick catalog is as a performer. Once I saw the Super Bowl commercial, I became super excited for visually how Dave Free and Kendrick are going to make it look as well. Because if you follow TD closely, and if you follow the Beef, of course, you probably know who Dave Free is by now. But he is the visual director behind everything. TD, all the videos, all the little Easter eggs. And even in the announcement, it is an Easter egg. And before we get to just the selection, the video itself, Kendrick Lamar is a psychopath. Like for you to be announcing your Super Bowl show, and the only time he stopped and look at the camera, he like, no round twos, nigga. Stop. It's over. You lost, nigga. I took it from you. It's done. Looked right in the camera. No round twos. Went right back to the commercial. Just a sick dude. But just to throw the argument is, well, for me, what I said when I saw the Wayne thing was, I think if life was fair, this is what I said. If life was fair, Wayne would have did it in 2008 when Carter 3 dropped. Because he was the biggest artist in the world. But it's another nigga time now. It's just another nigga. Like, we said it on the show a couple months ago. The Kendrick Lamar era has started. If you don't think it has, just look outside. Kendrick Lamar is the biggest rapper in the world right now, and it will continue to be so, especially through the Super Bowl, just because the streaming bump you get from being in the Super Bowl. And aside from just taking the Kendrick part out, I don't, and as we talked about it more, as a huge Wayne fan as well, the more we talked about it, the less I wanted him to do. I want him to do the Super Bowl, because all the best parts of Lil Wayne need to be dialed back for the Super Bowl, and I just don't want to see that type of Wayne. Like, could we make a set list for Wayne that could rock in a Super Bowl? Absolutely. But it's not a Lil Wayne set list I would want in a Super Bowl. Like, could we do the performance catered towards Wayne? Absolutely, but they're not going to let him be Lil Wayne, so I don't want to see it. That's where I've landed on it. Like, yes, he could come out and give us 7 to 12 TV-friendly songs, but it wouldn't be those 7 to 12 songs, 2 of them may be in Wayne top 25. Like, it wouldn't be an amazing Wayne show. That's where I've landed on it, and I just don't think his music still translates to a Super Bowl audience.
So the pushback and what I'm responding to is some of what is said and some of just what I've been seeing on social media as far as he couldn't do it, he shouldn't do it. Rock Nation is
shout to Rock Nation.
Rock Nation is the mafia.
Yeah,
all of those things. So the Rock Nation point, I'm going to end there because that kind of goes into where I was going. So the he can't do it point.
Yeah.
All right, please. If you have not watched the Lil Wayne show in the past 2.5 years, shut up. Has it been 2 minutes?
No, it has not.
If you have not watched a Lil Wayne show in the past 2 years, shut up. Please. Lil Wayne is one of the best live rap performers we have right now. He is I just left the Future show. He is a better performer than Future. He is a better performer than anybody you want to name. He raps every word of every single song that he plays. If you are going around and posting videos of him ad-libbing to the hook of Love Me, then stop it, because that's not what he would be doing in a Super Bowl show. He is on stage, high, having a good time with his friends, and he's like, these women do love me.
Yeah,
let me think about it.
Now, what would you say to the people who says Lil Wayne says he forgot his own lyrics?
Because Lil Wayne cannot remember one of the random 115,000 verses he did in an interview randomly on a Tuesday afternoon does not mean Lil Wayne cannot learn his lyrics for 7 songs. I personally watch Lil Wayne rap songs that spanned it from 2000 to 2022, a year and a half ago. He didn't miss a beat. He didn't miss a word. He didn't mess up a lyric. He didn't run nothing back. It was all with the live band, no track, not even instrumentals on some of the songs, just drums and a guitar. He is an amazing performer. Where I will give you guys some leeway is he is the show. And that takes away visually from what a Beyonce, a Kendrick, a Drake even, a big show looks like.
The Weeknd,
is that,
Usher.
is that Lil Wayne is the show. He's not bringing dancers out. He ain't bringing strippers out. He ain't bringing nothing out.
Right.
He gonna sit there and he gonna rap for an hour and a half. And it is impressive. It reminds me of a Hov show. If you ever seen Hov show, it's Hov, it's a band, it's his DJ, and he gonna sit there and rap for an hour and 15 minutes. And y'all gonna be happy with that because that's the GOAT, right?
Right.
All right. All of those points, you change who you are, what you are, and your direction for the Super Bowl. Now, everybody doesn't have to because Beyonce is extravagant. So Beyonce's performance is extravagant. Usher didn't have to do much because Usher's performances are extravagant. Kendrick will have to change his show just like Lil Wayne will have to change his show. To your point about Lil Wayne not having songs and having to change his lyrics, you're going to have to do that with Kendrick as well. No. You have to do that with Kendrick's songs, and if you don't, then I have the same point with your Kendrick point. The best songs that you want to hear from Kendrick, you're going to have to change, just like you're going to have to change the best Lil Wayne songs. And I don't have a problem with TV performances because these are professionals. I've been watching Lil Wayne, Kendrick, all of my favorite rappers do TV performances my entire life. And 9 times out of 10, they work very well. So I didn't care about the point about Lil Wayne having to change his songs. That's not a point to me. The biggest point that y'all have that I think is a fair point, but just a misinformed point, is his performance style. His performance style would change. They would build a show around him. They would have dancers around him. They would have multiple stages, multiple outfits changes to make it a big live show. Also, something else that Wayne has down his back is the New Orleans relationship of course, with the Hot Boys, with Stunna, with Wayne, with Nicki. all of them would have touched the stage.
Nicki Minaj not touching that stage.
She's crazy. Nicki Minaj has already done the Super Bowl.
I'm talking about in 2024. Nicki Minaj not touching that stage.
You're crazy. That's part of the reason why she was so mad, because she knew she was gonna get to do it.
She was not touching. What? You think Nicki Minaj touching that stage?
That is Nicki Minaj. Yes, Nicki Minaj is touching that stage. Nicki Minaj is on a 60-date arena tour. Of course.
No, listen. And that tour, they're not letting niggas sell tickets back because a lot of niggas don't want to go to that tour off the wild shit she be saying to people.
That's false information.
That's not true.
Every show has
there
been sold out.
There is proof that
Stop talking to Charlene.
It's literally screenshots of niggas like, I want to sell my Nicki Minaj ticket and Ticketmaster will not let me.
Oh, that's a ticket. That's a resale ticket thing because her prices were getting jacked up like Taylor Swift and Beyonce.
I'm sure.
So yes, no, Nicki is actually on a second leg because there was a demand of her to go.
Nicki Minaj is very popular,
but
to Nicki Minaj fans.
But yes, I will. That's also false. Highest selling rapper, female rapper ever
to her fans,
and also, so if it's just to her friends, then why can't any female rapper outsell her now?
What's her? What do you mean?
No female rapper has been able to even come close to her first week numbers, her second week numbers, her platinum. How fast?
You talking about like her last album?
I'm talking about her very last album. No one, no.
What
female,
other first? What like who are we? Like I'm saying, who are you comparing it to?
Meg. Any of the girls?
Meg?
Any of the girls? So
I mean,
she's only popular to Nicki Minaj. So who is Meg popular to?
Nicki Minaj has been making music for 20 years. She's going to have more fans than
Who is Meg popular to? Meg is popular to the world, but Nicki Minaj isn't?
Meg is popular to the world. Like, the world that just started. They just found out about Meg Thee Stallion. Meg Thee Stallion has one album.
So Nicki Minaj isn't.
Nicki Minaj has been building a cult fan base for 20 years.
You said Nicki Minaj is only popular to her fan base.
Yes. Niggas outside of Nicki Minaj fans do not, like, no one, niggas laugh at Nicki Minaj. Like,
what does that have to do with her, how popular she is?
No. I said she's popular to her fans. I didn't say how many fans. She has a bunch of okay, listen. We know what the Barbs are. The Barbs is the biggest cult fan base out there, outside of maybe Beyonce fan base. But like, Nicki Minaj's not doing the Super Bowl.
She is absolutely coming out on the Super Bowl. If she came out in 2012, she's absolutely coming out later when she's bigger, more popular, has more success.
I don't know if she's bigger than she was in 2012, 2013.
She's absolutely big. I don't think the Pink Print hadn't even the Pink Friday had just dropped. That was
that's her magnum opus.
I think Nicki Minaj is bigger than she was then, but that's a conversation for another day.
Go ahead.
So my point.
That was just to make the Barbs mad.
My point. Yeah, views. My point, wait till we talk about the Cowboys later. My point with Wayne though is, to get back to Ish, he absolutely can do it. He has the ability to do it. That is the point I want. That's the first point I want out of here, is that, yes, he has the capability of doing it. Also, I think his set list is better than Kendrick's set list. So your point about Wayne not being able to do his songs is crazy, because his best 7 songs are best. If they got 20 minutes, we're gonna say
it's usually 10 to like 7 and 10 to 12, yeah.
Because Wayne got 1 billion songs, we're going to say he'll do 10.
Right.
So 10 songs, his 10 songs is better than the 10 songs Kendrick is going to do. So all of the points I hear about why Wayne shouldn't, couldn't, wouldn't, are just wrong. Okay. And again, I think Kendrick should have got the show. So it has nothing to do with me like being like mad that Wayne didn't get it. I don't really care. But it's like, y'all playing with Wayne's name.
Okay, let me step in here. First I want to hit your first point that Kendrick would have to change songs. What songs does Kendrick have to change like Wayne's? Because they're like even if you want to say Kendrick's music has street elements, Wayne says stuff that's nothing to do with the streets that you can't say on TV. Like, niggas like, yo, you cannot play 45 seconds of a milli in any segment without having to remove entire bars. Like, there are whole songs Wayne can't touch. Love Me. The song starts, I'm on good cushion alcohol. Like, it's very important parts of the song that you need to. I don't see that with Kendrick. What songs do you have to like remove whole parts of for Kendrick?
First off, Lil Wayne is not going to perform Love Me. First off, second,
of course not. But in my Super Bowl,
my point
he
is,
would.
Okay, that's a fair point.
That's what I'm saying.
My thing with Wayne is we disagree with how much of Wayne's music you have to take out with the set list that he is doing. I am saying that him and Kendrick are taking out the same amount. It's not a lot for both. Like, you keep pointing out the venereal disease point. He said that on live TV.
Where?
On the ESPYs, on the Grammys, on
He said that on ABC, on the ESPYs?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's not, that you can say that. No one knows what a venereal disease is.
The next line is like a menstrual bleed. You are not saying that at the Super Bowl.
Yes, you are. Yes, you
Roger Goodell would jump through the skybox to stop him.
Yes, you absolutely are. For one, there's been murderers on the stage at the LA's. I mean, in the LA.
They didn't commit the murder on the stage, though.
So you can absolutely.
They didn't commit the murder on the stage, though. Like, he didn't broadcast it.
So that's my point. That would be the point I have, is that what are you changing in Wayne's lyrics that is oh so crazy? Because it would probably be better if I gave you some songs that he would perform.
Right.
Comfortable, you don't have to change anything. Shine off the Carter, you don't have to change anything.
What? No,
hold on.
I'm agreeing with you that you're not changing these songs, but these are not Super Bowl songs.
Comfortable is not a Super Bowl song?
Comfortable from Carter 3?
Comfortable on a Carter 3 is not a Super Bowl song? That's one of Lil Wayne's biggest and best songs.
You
have to touch all of the genres. So you're touching the women with Comfortable and Shine, and then you're going to touch the white people.
You can't touch the women if they have not heard that song in 12 years.
That's what a Super Bowl is. You think niggas was just running around playing Usher every single day of their life?
Yes.
No.
He just finished a 100-night residency. He was one of the hottest artists in the world.
And Lil Wayne has just come off a tour. And Lil Wayne is headlining the biggest festivals every single year.
I don't think Wayne is as hot as Usher was right there. But Usher to the side, The Weeknd, one of the most popular artists. Rihanna, one of the most popular artists. Beyonce, still one of the most popular artists.
Rihanna hadn't dropped the album in 6 years.
And she was still one of the most popular artists.
And Wayne is still one of the most popular artists. Wayne still gets 30 million streams a month.
But not because of Comfortable. It's because Lil Wayne's one of the best rappers ever. That's what I'm saying.
But that's my point. I didn't say it was because of Comfortable. I said Comfortable is one of the songs he can perform. Okay. And just because, we'll state it. Let me get the track list off. Shine, Comfortable, Go DJ, A Millie. What was the other one I said? Mirrors.
How to Love.
We taking over. How to Love is not on that set list.
We taking over
the motto. The motto. Help me out. Who else did I say? I said we taking over the motto.
Did you say Mirror?
Yes, I said Mirror. And then
I actually have a screenshot. Shout out to what you said. Right above it, Mr. Carter, Got Money, Fireman, Lollipop. Uproar, that killed me, and then Best Rapper Alive.
Yes, those songs, none of those songs you have to change drastically. As you are making it seem like you got to take whole chunks out the songs and you can't replace them and make it a smooth performance, that is factually incorrect on all of those songs you can name, and that's a better set list than Kendrick could ever put together.
I agree with you. Of these songs, you do not have to retract as much, but that leads into my first point, that if you were to make, if you were to have, like, your Super Bowl set list is supposed to be a short look at, like you said, you're hitting all the hits, not just the eras. You're hitting all of your best music from these times. I don't think this is reflective of his best music from these times. I think this is the best way to filter it for this situation. Saying this will be better than what Kendrick is going to do is outright insanity.
I completely disagree. First off, because I am naming the biggest and best songs off of each of his albums. Go DJ and Shine are the best two songs on Shine, which gives you a look into that.
I'm sure they were.
The Best Rapper Alive is one of the 5 or 6 best songs on the Carter 2. On the Carter 3, Amelie is the best song, Mr. Carter is the second best song, and Comfortable is one of the 3 or 4 best songs.
I disagree, but I love Comfortable.
On Mirror is arguably his biggest song. It's not arguably, it's one of his 5 biggest songs. Yeah. And every white person I've ever met is always like, Mirror's my favorite Lil Wayne song.
That's a great song.
Sure. So
it's a wonderful song.
Sure. And then I forgot Lollipop. Lollipop is his biggest song, his magnum opus.
The rapper at the Super Bowl?
Yes. And stop it, bro. Stop it.
It's not the Tabernacle, bro.
J-Lo and Shakira was half naked, shaking ass, talking about fucking. Lil Wayne can say she want to look the rapper.
That's all female performers at the Super Bowl.
And then the features, I had Soldier, We Taking Over, The Motto, or Duffel Bag Boy, 2 of the 4.
I would listen, if you were to craft the list and it's like Soldier and it's like bruh, I just don't like the Super Bowl start in North Dakota and Comfortable come on like.
So first off, that means you ain't heard Comfortable in the way you're supposed to hear Comfortable. Secondly, what Lil Wayne songs am I not naming that you would want Lil Wayne to perform? That are not mixtapes, because she can't do a mixtape set list.
I could give you a set list. You want me?
I would like a set list, and then on top of that, it has to be worse. It has to be better than. It has to be worse than the Kendrick set list. I mean, it's better. It has to be better than the Kendrick set list.
If I did it, it's crazy. If I did a Wayne set list, it would be first. So this is best case scenario. Wayne set list. We not taking shit out. A Millie, 6 foot, 7 foot, Mad, Soldier, The Motto, hell yeah, fucking right, and maybe No New Friends. But like the best Wayne, like comfortable. Like if you were to make a Wayne set list, Comfortable is not making a regular Wayne set list. Like
yes, it is. It has. I've watched him perform it live.
I'm saying if we were making a Wayne set list, how far do you need to get to Comfortable?
Comfortable would be Comfortable is in my 10 favorite Lil Wayne songs.
So it's not my 10 favorite songs.
As I play Comfortable, the people that I know love Lil Wayne.
It's a great song.
And the people that I know that I have been around and play Lil Wayne, every time I play that song, everybody knows
it's a great song. No, it's a great song.
That is my point. If it is a great song, it can be played. And you're stuck on Comfortable. I named 9 other Lil Wayne hits.
No. The reason I say Comfortable is because, and you like we said, it's a great song. And like in the chat, you were like, how has Wayne not earned the Super Bowl? This is not like a lifetime achievement award where it's like, all right, well, he deserves it. You don't deserve the Super Bowl. It's chosen. You have to be chosen over other people. Other people have to be picked instead of you. I just don't see why that would be the case now. It just doesn't make sense to me at this stage in his career where he's nowhere near as popular as he used to be when he was arguably the biggest artist in the world. Wait, like the Super Bowl was in New Orleans in 2013. Nobody said when Wayne was way bigger in 2013 than he is now, why isn't it Wayne? Nobody said that because the only reason this is a conversation is because academics wanted to start some shit. And that's literally it. The Super Bowl has never been city-based. Next Super Bowl is not in LA. And Jay-Z didn't pick Kendrick. All of this is just like, for you actually love Lil Wayne. That's why we had this. That's why we've been arguing in the chat. 85% of them niggas are literally just, I don't like Kendrick, so I'm going to say it should have been Wayne. And listen, Kendrick's set list is going to be way better than what we've just named for Wayne. Easy.
Audience, Is just tried to do something to me that he can't do to me because we've been best friends for 2 years. That is not what we were talking about. We were talking about the Lil Wayne songs that he can perform. And you are going to sit here and lie to me and tell me that set list isn't better than what Kendrick is going to do.
It's not a song on there touching Not Like Us. It's not a song on there.
So Kendrick can perform a song calling the biggest rapper in the world a pedophile, but Lil Wayne can't say venereal disease.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Why not?
Okay, sure.
But why not?
Because that's the biggest rapper in the world, and you're on the national stage in the most watched television event, calling the biggest rapper in the world, one of the 5 biggest artists that has ever lived, a pedophile. But you're telling me Lil Wayne can't say venereal disease, and we're gonna have to change everything about Lil Wayne's set list.
It'll be diamond by the time he touches that stage. I guarantee you, he's performing that song.
And if you want to talk about the songs, if you want to talk about the Lil Wayne set list, it's better than the Kendrick set list.
No.
If you want to talk about the reason, if you want to talk about the how you have to change the lyrics in a song, you're going to have to change about the same amount of Lil Wayne lyrics as you would Kendrick lyrics. And that is factual. Because those songs I named, I already said the parts he would be performing. Because again, you don't perform the entire song. You're performing parts of the song. So they're going to craft the part of the song where they don't have to take out a lot of music, which has been my point the whole time. Is that they craft those songs for that reason.
My retort to that would be, are those good parts of is that the parts we want to hear? Yes. Are those the parts we want to hear?
Yes.
Of Lil Wayne not cursing. If that's the part of the songs we want to hear from Lil Wayne.
You can say the same thing about the Kendrick songs. There's a part where we're not cursing. I'm not rattling off the top of my head.
Swimming pools?
You can't rattle. I don't want to hear swimming pools at a Super Bowl. You want to hear swimming pools, but you don't want to hear comfortable?
Swimming pools are a banger.
Well, and so is comfortable, but you told me you don't want to hear comfortable.
Swimming pools
with some women around you, some
bitches love swimming pools too.
But bitches love Babyface way more than they love swimming pools.
Listen. I don't care what's being played around me if it's bitches around. First of all, it's no bad songs when it's women around. First of all,
but my point with this was people did not start saying this because of First off, you said the 2013 point. Rappers didn't get the Super Bowl, so that's a mute point. Secondly, you said the Super Bowl isn't regional. The Super Bowl, the first time we saw rappers on the Super Bowl stage where the whole thing was a rap show was L.A. And the show in L.A. was Dr. Dre's show. It was Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg's Super Bowl, who are L.A. So they were like, oh, shoot, when we get rappers, when we do the Super Bowl in big cities where rappers are known, we're going to get the rappers. The very next year in Atlanta, Big Boy came out with Maroon 5. Obviously, he didn't headline Maroon 5.
Okay,
but yeah, you said the rap. That's what I was going. The rap isn't regional. The rap isn't regional, and the LA show is. And people are saying it's Kendrick. It's not because Act told them to be mad. It's because a rapper was the headline show. He was the first rapper ever to headline a Super Bowl in the city that one of the 5 greatest rappers that's ever touched a microphone is from. And in the past, the Super Bowl is not always who is the biggest artist on earth. Sometimes it is it is not always the biggest artist on earth. Sometimes it's just the popular artist at the time. At the time, J-Lo and Shakira were not the biggest artists on earth. Usher was not the biggest artist on earth. Who was it in 2017? I can't remember off the top of my head. Coldplay was not the biggest artist on earth when they performed. So it's been times, and it's usually 9 times out of 10, the biggest artist on earth does not perform. So that point is mute. Now, I do think it played a factor. Don't get me wrong. I do think it plays a factor in how popular you are at the time. But it is not the only factor. So to be like Wayne couldn't have got the Super Bowl because he's not the biggest rapper on earth right now is not a point that even makes sense, because throughout every other Super Bowl, half of them, the artist that performed wasn't one of the biggest artists on the planet.
So I think a big distinction for context was there were a couple years where people did not want to do the Super Bowl because they stopped paying you for the Super Bowl. So that's where the Shakira, the J-Lo, that time, but like the reason Jay-Z is there is because niggas did not want to do the Super Bowl. That's why there was that's why there's Shakira, that's why there's J-Lo. But the reason I'm saying it doesn't make sense is because, like you said, in 2013, no rappers did the Super Bowl. Still, no rapper has done the Super Bowl. No rapper has headlined the Super Bowl still. Until February, Kendrick will be the first. Like, I understand. I understand.
Dr. Dre and Snoop are rappers, and they headlined the Super Bowl. He's the first solo rapper to do it.
Oh, okay. The first solo rapper, but Dr. Dre's technically produced. I don't want to split hairs. But to your Dr. Dre point, but it still wasn't an LA show. Niggas is like, well, it's in New Orleans, so Wayne could bring out the Hot Boys and all the New Orleans artists for him. It's not a New Orleans show. Big Boy guest starred at the Super Bowl. He came out in the car. He did 1 or 2 songs, but it was not Big Boy headlining the Super Bowl. It has not been, hey, Jay-Z, where's the Super Bowl this year? Oh, it's in Houston? Let's call Travis Scott. Like Beyonce don't get Houston. But I'm not gonna be up in arms because Wayne didn't get New Orleans. It's never been like that.
Well, people are up in arms about it because you gave the show in L.A. to a bunch of L.A. niggas and let them run.
They gave it to one L.A. nigga. Mary J is not from L.A. 50's from New York.
Can I finish? They gave it to an L.A. nigga.
Right.
They gave it to an L.A. nigga, which is regional. So you assume that when we have, like I said, when we go to the next big city where the rappers are, where we have a major rap figure. So that's the difference in the Atlanta, is that other than Outkast and Andre 3000 wasn't doing a Super Bowl, there's no major rap figure that has the capability of doing the Super Bowl. The closest thing we got maybe is Future, and Future ain't doing the Super Bowl. So then this is the next city where it was a rapper where it was like, oh shit, we should get a rapper from New Orleans to do the Super Bowl.
Bro,
and you are correct. It wasn't just a New Orleans show. Drake, who is from Canada, would have came out, and Nicki Minaj, who is from New York, would have come out. And thirdly, if this Super Bowl was in New York, there would be a New York rapper headlining the show.
Who?
Hov.
Hov himself said he would not do it. Hov himself said he would not do it.
There would be hold on. Let me say up another point.
Go ahead.
There would be a New York rapper headlining the show, or it would be a pop artist. If this year came out and they was like, The Weeknd is doing the Super Bowl halftime show, no one would have cared that much. It was the fact that you chose a rapper to do the show in a city where the biggest rapper in the world, where the biggest rapper from that city is one of the 3 greatest ever. So we're looking at, okay, the last time you did a rapper, you did a regional. But now when you want to do a rapper again, you just going to choose Kendrick. That is people's point in that, and that is a fair point.
For Dr. Dre's not a rapper. Dr. Dre did not get up on that stage and perform Dr. Dre hits for 20 minutes. It was other people. The reason Dr. Dre was there is so he could bring artists that weren't from LA. Dr. Dre's whole point was to bring artists that literally were not from LA onto the stage.
That was not Dr. Dre's point. Dr. Dre's point was to bring artists that he worked with and that meant a lot to him, a la Eminem, 50 Cent, and Mary J. on the stage. It wasn't to bring, hey, we gonna get on this stage. LA, Dr. Dre, what is your point in this show? To bring niggas not from LA to give them shine? No, it was to give the light on, to shine the light on LA.
So where was Cube?
First LA off, artist. That was not a good point to bring up. You know that. You're funny as fuck, boy. You're funny. I was like, hold up. But the biggest rapper from LA ever, Snoop, was on that stage right next to him. Anderson .Paak, who was from LA, was on that stage playing the drums. And again, it was Dr. Dre's show. It wasn't.
Pac has been there a couple times.
It wasn't 50 show. It wasn't M show. Kendrick, who was also from LA, was in the show. And it was Dr. Dre's show. Everybody that's ever done a show brings out guests. Every Super Bowl ever has guests. So that's not true that it was just a LA show and the point of the show was to bring out LA to niggas that wasn't from LA. No, that was not the point. And so the point, again, I will say.
So why Dre ain't do the Chronic? Why ain't Dre just do his hits then? Because Kendrick is going to do 8 songs minimum. If Wayne were to perform, he would do 8 songs minimum. Why didn't Dre do 8 songs like every other artist?
Because
he's not a rapper.
Because name me some. What does that matter?
My point is they didn't book Dr. Dre so Dr. Dre could do his music. They booked Dr. Dre because he's one of the best hip hop producers ever, and he would have acts that are giant from everywhere. That is my point.
So what does that have to do with my point that the show
wasn't an LA show?
It was. The person headlining the show was from LA. The other person headlining the show was from LA. That is an LA show. Because a nigga from New York performed one of his songs, does that mean it was not an LA show?
It was like half of the people up there were not from LA. That's the point.
That's like saying because Beyonce brought out Nicki in Paris, it's not a Beyonce show no more because Nicki was on the stage. That doesn't make any sense.
All right. So if they do the same amount of songs, who show is it? If they do the same amount of songs, how do you determine who show is it?
All right, how many of those songs did Beyonce produce? How many of those songs did Beyonce write? How many of those songs does Beyonce have a feature on? Then it's Beyonce's show.
It's still not her. That I disagree with. I 1,000,000%. So if we go to a Kanye whole show and Kanye do 5 songs and the rest of them is whole show, niggas like, yeah, it's still a Kanye whole show. No, it's not. That's a whole show. No. They're not. It wasn't. It's a LA show, so we gonna get Dre. We gonna get Snoop. It's a LA show, and we just happen to have Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre isn't saying because Dr. Dre had plenty of LA niggas. If it was a LA show,
name them, please.
Cube, NWA.
That's not
all of TD. Any nigga he's worked with from the West Coast. The Game wasn't there. Okay. Why wasn't the Game there?
So first off, because the Game, 50, and Dre all don't fuck with each other. So secondly. He was going to bring Schoolboy Q on that stage. Look at me in my face and tell me Schoolboy Q was performing in the Super Bowl. Be honest.
Why not?
Dog. So Lil Wayne not big enough to perform in the Super Bowl, and he not the biggest rapper in the world, but Kendrick Lamar, Schoolboy Q was supposed to come.
No. See, that's where we're conflating it. Because y'all did this with Big Boy earlier. Doing a song at the Super Bowl and headlining the biggest concert on the earth for a year is different. Big Boy didn't headline the Super Bowl.
I never said
Schoolboy Q wouldn't be headlining the Super Bowl. Eminem didn't headline the Super Bowl. Neither did 50. It was not hey Dre, it's a LA show. It's a LA team playing. You a LA artist. We doing this all for LA. It was Dre, you're one of the biggest producers ever who has one of the biggest collection of hits ever. Come play these hits. That's why the regional
in LA, where you're from, with your other biggest rapper ever, the most popular rapper ever that is from LA, do this show in LA. That has people to believe that, this was a regional show. You playing semantics and being like, it wasn't an LA show.
It's not
it is, bro. You're playing semantics.
Okay, this is why
the show was from a nigga from LA. Niggas from LA were on the stage. It was 3 niggas from LA and 3 niggas that weren't from LA. It was on the show, it said Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg's halftime performance. Yeah. That is a LA show with niggas niggas from LA. That is what all people are saying. You're playing semantics by being like Eminem performed, so it's got an LA show.
No, this is why it's not semantics. Because they've done the Super Bowl 40 fucking times, and none of it has been regional. Dr. Dre and LA met up one time. Y'all niggas got one example that may be a regional, might be a regional show. There's no other example of the Super Bowl ever saying, hey, it's in fucking Minnesota, grab Prince. Hey, it's in Washington, grab Wale. They never say, oh, we in South Carolina, grab J. Cole. It's never been a regional thing ever. Y'all have one thing that you trying to grab onto. It wasn't an LA show.
And again, I say that there's never been a rapper to headline the show. So the first time that rappers headline a show and the two niggas from the show are regional, you have the right to believe the next rap show will be regional because the one of one is. So that's 100% of the rap shows in the Super Bowl were regional. So we expect the next one to be. And when it's not, people have the right to point that out.
Mary J not a rapper.
We can
like it's only been one rapper. Why would it be like if this is the first rap? And I've noticed that too. Niggas are like, well, if it's the first rapper, it should be Wayne because he's top 3. Wayne been the best rapper alive my whole life, and this is his city. If it's gonna be the first rapper to ever do it, why would it not be the hottest rapper on earth right now? Why would it be someone else other than the hottest rapper on earth if it's gonna be a rapper for the first time?
Because that's Lil Wayne City. I told you.
Lil Wayne not even a Saints fan.
That don't got nothing to do with the...
Lil Wayne don't even be at the Superdome. He be in Lambeau. What are we talking about? Lil Wayne don't even like the Saints.
He don't like the Saints.
He don't like the... Like, what are we talking about?
That don't got nothing to do. That's still his city, and that's still a regional thing, and that is all people's point. I think people's points were fair. I think people's points made sense.
Listen, Nas at the Super Bowl made my skin crawl just now. Like Nas, like if the Super Bowl was in New York right now, and instead of New Orleans, and Kendrick was still performing, and niggas were like, well, Nas, one of the best rappers ever, he was just at the Grammys, I would be telling the same niggas to shut up. Because that don't make no sense.
Well,
and Nas is one of the 5, niggas tell me Nas is one of the 5 best rappers ever, and Nas has had more commercial success than Wayne in the past 10 years, no debate.
No, he has not.
Nas was just at the Grammys.
So was Lil Wayne.
For what album?
Oh, you're talking about I'm talking
about just commercial success that people could recognize. Like Nas, the past 10 years, no doubt has had more, earned or not. I don't think he's earned it. I think a lot of it he living off his name. But he's been an album of the year for rap for like 2-3 years. Wayne dropped a project last year. Didn't know niggas talked more about the Super Bowl than they did about the project that niggas just dropped. That's why I'm saying a lot of this is not real. Because niggas don't talk about Wayne this much. The only time niggas talk about Wayne, we be having to defend the nigga online. Niggas be, last time we talked about Wayne, niggas was disrespecting him. Literally, the last time we talked about him, niggas was disrespecting Wayne's name. This uproar of support, like, this is one of our GOATs, like, that is manufactured. Niggas are trolling y'all. That's what I'm saying. Niggas don't, you think academics really, really bottom of his heart thought Wayne was going to be at the Super Bowl?
All right, so let's get to where I was going. Because that's something we never going to agree on. And before this end of the show, I want you to craft me 10 Kendrick songs that is better than the 10 songs I played.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Because you're not going to do that.
All right.
Nigga gonna talk about some, we all right? Nigga, fuck out of here and play comfortable.
Stop it. He did all right at the Super Bowl already, by the way. He already did all right at the Super Bowl already. And people love it.
Who?
Everyone who watched it.
But all right, mature. All right. So if y'all have been paying attention to me, it's since this Kendrick and Drake beef started. We have been on top of it. We have been killing. Better than every show. It's been us and Joe Budden doing doing all the work everybody else wished they was doing. So, I saw Kendrick do the Super Bowl, saw him announce it, and I said, this just don't seem right to me. It don't seem right. Like, Kendrick Lamar, of all the rappers, you got Drake, you got Hov, you got Wayne, you got Nicki, you got all of these big ass rappers, and Kendrick Lamar got the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Kendrick Lamar ain't dropped the album in 2 years. Kendrick, Oh, but Kendrick did just beef with the biggest rapper in the world and take him down.
Mm-hmm.
But see, for a lot of people, like, it's just say he's the biggest rapper in the world right now. He's finna drop an album. He get the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. That don't sit right with me. I don't think. Let me. Episode 74, I want to say. Go back. We coined this phrase at the beginning of the beef. The second like that happened. Nothing is coincidence.
Yeah, nothing's coincidence.
Kendrick Lamar did not just get the show by coincidence, bro. Mm-hmm. Kendrick Lamar just not just take down the biggest rapper in the world and then get the Super Bowl right after, just as some coincidence. Oh, that's crazy. Good job. Here's the Super Bowl too. No. Mm-hmm. Nicki Minaj was not on Twitter ramping. What is it called? Ranting. Yeah. I couldn't speak. Nicki Minaj is not on Twitter ranting for an hour and a half right before, as she's sitting in her dressing room finna go out to a show, just because, for coincidence. Stunna didn't get on Twitter and tweet for the first time ever in the history of ever, just by coincidence. Drake didn't find a post on Instagram on a random rap page with 250,000 followers to like it, just by coincidence.
Stunna, you got some nerve too, by the way.
And to your point, something you are correct about. Academics is not just talking about this because of coincidence.
Yep.
There is something bigger at play right now. I do not know what exactly.
No, I know.
But I am going to continue to say what Kanye said, and they are trying to eliminate Drake by any means necessary.
Let me continue with you because we be here. So, first of all, the timing. This week, Not Like Us hit number 10. The first time it's gone that low since it's dropped. That same week, which is crazy, that same week, this commercial comes out. Now, this commercial now, of course, it is week 1 in the NFL, but week 1 of the NFL season started last week, technically.
Yes.
This commercial could have came out at any time. Mm-hmm. This commercial came out the second Not Like Us hit number 10 on the Billboard. Once Kendrick was announced for the Super Bowl, he saw a 600% increase on Spotify from already where he was. He saw a 600% increase. And it's going to sound weird when I say that, when I start this sentence, but stay with me. Big Sean did 22K first week, right? Niggas like, what happened to Big Sean? Why did he fall off? Bro, these numbers are not real. These numbers are manipulated to control artists. Right now, they're not controlling Kendrick in what he's going to do. They are controlling Drake by affecting your opinion of how big he is. No, those songs he just dropped, Circadian Rhythm, banger, 69th on the top 100. Yes. No Face, 60th on the top 100. There's a reason that when artists go independent, you go from 200K first week to 60 max. It's not because Big Sean isn't 200 million people less famous than he was last year.
We made this point about Meek about 4 months ago.
Literally. Same thing about Meek. Same thing about Ross. As these artists break away from the machine, those numbers look way different. And that is what is going on, is your perception of who feels like the biggest rapper alive. And I said this when Like That, Not Like Us were dominating the radio. I said, when you wake up today, who feels like the biggest rapper alive? Mm-hmm. Who feels like, damn, every time I hear a rap song, it's this one. Mm-hmm. And Drake is 16 songs in post-beef. I know that sounds crazy. But he is 16 songs at the album of music post-beef.
Is that including the features?
Yes, that's including the feature. And nothing has moved. And to continue with this point, Super Bowl weekend, I think, is the 4th or 5th. What's the next weekend?
Grammys.
So from now to the Super Bowl, he's going to get the Super Bowl bump on his numbers. He's going to get, as we get closer to the Super Bowl,
the bump is going to come. And then the day after the Super Bowl.
And then, and I'm telling you now, he's going to drop the album after Grammy weekend, and that will solidify this being as the Kendrick era, because post Super Bowl, post Grammys, and I can't listen. We talk about numbers. I can't believe I'm going to say this. That nigga might do 700 first week. And from where we are with numbers now, and I'm telling, we're going to look back at this episode like, wow, these niggas might know something, because Even Pete Drake, For All the Dogs, Her Loss, all those albums, they count streams different now. So the best artists are doing 300. The best artists are doing 340. So what's going to happen is Kendrick is going to do 700K. And not only is it going to change the future, niggas going to look at the past different now. Niggas going to be like, Drake did 350? Wow, that's nothing.
And this brings me to my point. If we just figure that out, and we know this is Googleable information. We didn't just make that up. So if you are just watching as a fan, we did not just make that up. You can Google this.
Shout out to Google.
These numbers are fake. Salute to Google. Please give us a sponsorship. Don't know why you would do that, but please. These numbers are fake, as he said. Like you said, the best example I have is Meek Mill is one of the biggest rappers on this planet. And when I say biggest, I mean one of the 15 biggest. If you are famous and a rapper, you're one of the biggest rappers on the planet.
Meek Mill, white people know Meek Mill.
Yes. Thank you. Meek Mill dropping a project should not do 12K.
Right.
That doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
The numbers are fake, and it's okay. Yep. We all know the numbers are fake. The numbers are fake.
Yep.
Which is why all of the rappers are so annoyed with Drake. Yeah. Because you know these numbers are manufactured. You know when you get to a certain point, they boost your sales so your numbers look different, which is why you didn't lose an ounce of popularity. You didn't lose an Instagram follower. You didn't lose nothing. Nope. And you keep dropping, and you can't crack the top 50.
Can't top the top 50. Fam, when Certified Lover Boy comes out and Spotify says, you know what? Our whole business model is making you pay for a subscription to hear what you want. But right now, we're going to give away Drake's album for free. What do you think other artists think about that? What do you think other artists thought about that at the time? Where your entire business model is selling me music. But for this guy right here, we're just not going to sell it this week. And anytime you open Spotify, he's going to be in the front page. It don't matter what playlist you click, Drake is in the background. Why is Drake in the background of the top 25 country artists? Oh, Drake dropped today, that's why. Because he was so big that Drake thought, and we said this during the beef, niggas thought that being the biggest rapper in the world is a permanent position. And it is not. The minute you become bad for business, the minute the algorithm get changed, the minute a nigga look at, the minute a nigga who's never heard your music, look at your spreadsheet and say, oh, it's headed down? That's it. There is no comeback bump at the end. When the heart, I'm telling you, from the Heart Part 6 till now, you should be wondering why that song has more dislikes than likes on YouTube. You should be wondering why things are like when you look up the what is it called? The 100 gigs on Apple Music. It's a reason the description for that album is one sentence. And the sentence says, either you can comb through all that dumb shit Drake just posted, or you can listen to it here. And for the niggas that are too young to remember, 50 Cent was in this position where Drake was in. Where 50 Cent was going to beef with everybody. He's going to be the biggest artist in the world. His album going to be still bangers. But when you beef with everybody in the world, like Drake is doing, you're not beefing with just rappers. You're beefing with people who work with rappers. You're beefing with producers. And then you're beefing with people who need to move your music. So now you beefing with those. I don't want to work your music. Yeah, it's okay. All right, just drop it. We're not working it anywhere. The NFL just started. Did you hear any Drake music in the commercials? Did you hear any Drake music played at the games? Did you hear? When's the last time you heard a Drake song you didn't click on? Because it used to be the opposite.
Can't get away from it.
Can't get away from it. Now you got to go find it. And that's what this 100 gigs is. I think 100 gigs is Drake's way of trying to stop this from happening. I think 100 gigs is going to be his way of saying, just like Kanye tried to go independent, where you're just going to get the music here. I will post it. It's coming from me. Drake is trying to consolidate his fan base to get this music here instead. Because if it's not going to be there, he won't be the biggest rapper in the world anymore. I'm sorry.
I think I want to hit a couple points. I want to first touch on Rock Nation.
Yeah. Shout out Hov. Shout out Hov.
Can we stop blaming Hov for shit?
Can we? Listen,
like, I'll say it again.
The next Hov verse, oh my God.
I'll say it again. I'm the biggest Lil Wayne fan in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I promise on everything I love. Lil Hov was not in office like, nah, I hate Lil Wayne. He can't get it.
He loved Lil Wayne. He paid Lil Wayne taxes.
He loved Lil Wayne. Actually, I found out he did. I have to
That is so fucking funny, bro.
I did some more research and I was like, oh,
he paid that nigga tax for real?
He paid that nigga taxes. I don't know how much it was.
I love Hov, bro.
He paid something. But again, salute to Hov. Sticking to it though, he ain't paid that nigga taxes. But can we please stop?
Nigga ain't pay all his taxes. Nigga paid 1 year.
But Brown paid that nigga taxes before. But,
Yeah, exactly.
but
Jay-Z a billionaire. He didn't pay his own tax.
I hate that we keep trying to blame Hov for everything. Yeah. And I know Nicki went somewhere else with it, but that is because Nicki has been yelling this for 4 years. Yeah. So Nicki yelling Rock Nation, Rock Nation, Rock Nation.
I know why Nicki yelling Rock Nation ain't got nothing to do with Hov.
Yeah. Nicki has been yelling Rock Nation for a completely different reason, and she's going to keep bringing it up at every point she can. So,
because she don't like that girl.
Y'all are not doing right by Hov by trying to blame him from what didn't happen to Lil Wayne. Stop that. I promise Lil Hov was not the final to say so. Yeah. That was like, nah. If anybody probably brought Wayne to the conversation, it was probably Hov. Literally. If I could guess, in the big business,
Wayne and Hov were just together too. Literally, just together.
Anybody could walk in the office and be like, I wonder who we should perform this year. I promise the one person in the room table full of white people, it was Hov that was like, yeah, maybe Wayne would be a good idea. Yeah. And they started looking at Kendrick, and Lucy and Grange made a call, and Larry Jackson made a call, and they was like, we're going to make some shit shake, and that was Kendrick. Yeah. But stop blaming Hov. Secondly, we are at a point in time where you, as it said, you have to pay attention to what is going on outside. Things are changing right before our very eyes, and we have to pay attention as a culture, or we're going to get left behind and looked at like, what just happened? Mm-hmm. They're trying to change how music is distributed.
Yep.
And let me tell you where I'm going with this. So Ish said he thinks the 100 gigs is Drake being like, here, I'm trying to combat this. Mm-hmm. I think Drake is trying to go independent.
Yeah.
I think Drake, as we said 2-3 episodes ago, Drake is still throwing that temper tantrum at Lucian. And I think the Apple Music announcement was a shot at Drake. Yeah. Like, keep playing with me. Really, like you told me yesterday that Lucy and Grange didn't have no say-so in this. I say billionaires have a say-so in whatever they want to have a say-so in. I firmly believe Lucy and Grange made a call and was like, this is what I want. And this is what we got. And that is why because people aren't acting like Wayne didn't get something he should have got to me. Mm-hmm. People are acting like Wayne got something taken from him.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about the people in the industry, not the Twitter people. I'm talking about the podcast people that have been talking about this, that actually have inside information. Right. The guys that have been on Wayne's side have sounded like something was taken from him.
Right.
So it was like he was told he was probably going to get this, and at the last minute, they was like, no. Right. That's how I read Stunner's tweet. That's how I read Nicki's tweets. Right. That's how I was listening to Cam talk. That's how, and it was 2 other people I can't remember. Mm-hmm. And that's how I listened to a couple things Ack said. And Ack knows way more than he can say now. Yeah. Ack is at that point. Ack used to just say whatever the fuck he felt like. Yeah, Ack is at a point. Ack is at a point where he has to hold back. And from what I was listening to the Ack, it sounded like it was taken from Wayne. And that is why people are in the outrage that they are. So back to Drake and the 100 gigs and the 200 gigs, what I think Drake is trying to do is go independent because he realizes he can make more money than anybody else if he goes independent. Right. But let me tell you how I think he is going to go independent and why I think they're trying to stop him from doing it. Lucian, UMG, and everybody involved. And it's not only because he's in business with them, he's been in business with them, and he generates them literally billions of dollars. Mm-hmm. Secondly, it is, if Drake goes, and here's the big review, I think Drake is trying to put his music on a website that is a subscription-based website.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So to listen to Drake, you're going to have to pay $15 a month on this website to just listen to Drake.
Right.
If you look around, as I said, people, nothing is coincidence. Everybody look around. Every app, every show, everything comes with a subscription now. Yep. You can't watch a TV show without a subscription to something.
Fam, you can't read a comic book without a subscription.
It's getting to the point you can't watch NFL football games without a subscription to a service, without multiple subscriptions. Yep. Look at Fabletics. Yep. You have to have a subscription to shop at Fabletics. Mm-hmm. There are certain brands that to get the higher end of their clothing, you have to subscribe to a subscription-based thing. Mm-hmm. There are newspapers now that have subscriptions tied to it everywhere. Yeah. If you are looking at the model of business, I'm an
AMC subs member.
Everything is going to subscription-based. It's actually something I want to talk to you about. But everything is going subscription-based. And if you do the math, think about how many Drake fans have. Mm-hmm. How many Drake fans there are, Yep. If Drake is on a website and it's like, yo, this is $17.99 a month to get all of my music, and to make it enticing, we're gonna give you all of my new music. So I'm gonna drop 2 new albums with it, and then you're gonna start getting documentary footage. You're gonna start getting video footage. You're gonna start getting random videos. You're gonna start getting Easter eggs, and now you add in tiers. Mm-hmm. Now on this tier you get this and this. Now on this tier you get this and this. If Drake does that, what do you think Taylor Swift is gonna do?
Yeah.
What do you think Beyonce is going to do? What do you think Kung Fu Kenny is going to do? What do you think Cole is going to do? What do you think these bigger artists are going to do? And who does that take money from?
I think you're right, but I think you're right for a reason you didn't know yet. Because Lucien, Hove, and Drake have beef. And they have had beef since the inception of Tidal. Yes. Because that's what Tidal was supposed to be.
Yes.
And on 444, Hove name dropped Lucien multiple times regarding the Drake situation for the reason you're talking about. He said Lucien cool, but Lucien don't write it. The reason they raking it in, because the reason their grass looks greener, because he went to Apple Music instead of Tidal, is because they always raking in Mo. He's telling, because that and on I think on the Khaled album he was responding to Drake, until you own your own, you can't be me. Drake at the time. And I think this is why he is spiraling in a way, and I think that's why these industry niggas keep saying he's spiraling, is because Drake realized he missed, I don't want to say missed the moment, but the window to do what he was doing is not now. The window to do what he was doing was in 2016 when Tidal was first dropping, like Hove first presented to him. If he would have signed with Tidal and you get an ownership stake in Tidal and views drop as a Tidal. So now think about it in hindsight, and think about how crazy this would have been in hindsight. In hindsight, you go Beyonce, Kanye, Jay, and Drake, all on Tidal only. Can't hear it nowhere else. Apple Music is not Apple Music today.
And you get a stake in it.
And you get a piece of it now. Like that's why Cove was so mad at niggas would rather work for someone else than work with me. These are all Hove bars. There's a Hove bar for everything. But in hindsight, 2016, it was 8 years ago. You would have got a piece of what would have possibly became the biggest subscription service between Beyonce. Like that video of them at the table. It was Daft Punk, it was Beyonce, it was Nicki Minaj, it was Kanye, it was Drake, it was Wayne was there. Wayne, all the biggest artists. That was the time. That is what Hove was trying to do, was bring it all back, because that is where this is headed. And Drake said, you know what? I'm going to take the 20 million. Take the 20 million now. Listen, Apple is going to jump me to popularity that I have not seen.
And they did.
But the other part of that is, once that deal is over, there's no 20 million coming again. You got to go get another deal. You got to go keep working. And that is the difference, because now we talk about Drake want to go on vacation. He can't. He got to work. He got to work.
And then this is the point. This is where, ladies and gentlemen, if you are younger, even if you're our age, if you're older, anybody can use this advice. Never When you are in a position where you are growing, when you are in a position where you are creating value for yourself, creating brand opportunity for yourself, you never, ever look at the people that have current control at you and tell them, you're not them without me, you're not this without me, you're not this without me. You especially don't do that to white people, and you especially don't do that to white billionaires.
Yep.
Because there is no person on this earth that has a bigger ego than a white man with $1 billion.
Especially talking to a black man. Especially talking to one of you niggas. I'll say it.
Especially talking to one of you niggas.
Yeah, because that's how you see it.
And this brings me to the point of on Middle of the Ocean, my favorite Drake song. Not my favorite, literally, but one of my favorite Drake songs. He says on that song, Lucy, you're not dropping me. Then he says later in that song, remember when he was like, and my favorite words from you white boys is sign here?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that's how you feel.
Yeah, you too big for your britches.
And that's where the whole thing rises from why he lost the beef, why he's in the beef, and why he will continue to be a product of the beef is because of his ego. His ego is driving him down to somewhere he never saw himself. You don't look at the man that's giving you 400 M's. His last deal was 400 M's. The current deal he's on is more than $400 million. You don't look at that man and get on a song and tell him, you're not dropping me. You can't do this without me. At the same time, trying to go in business with another record label, trying to own other people's music from a record label while you're stealing people off of the record label I own. Yeah. Drake, you're crazy.
And see,
that's crazy.
See, but this is what he didn't understand at the time. This sentence again. This sentence gonna sound crazy. Stay with me. The $400 million was not the most important part for Drake. In hindsight, the most important part for Drake was the protection of being the cash cow that he had. Because that is what I think was the catalyst. Kendrick has always disliked this nigga. This was always on the table for me to go. Niggas like, well, he not on TD. He ain't been on TD in a minute. It's been a little, he didn't get off TD and jump out the window. I think, and we've said this on the show, Middle of the Ocean come out, Red Button come out, First Person Shooter come out, I'm one away from Michael. Fuck you, Lucy. You're not going to drop me. Sign here, da-da-da. And word got out that, oh, he's not protected. Oh, he's just him. He don't have a machine behind him right now. That's why the first line in Euphoria, them superpowers getting neutralized, I can only watch in silence.
That is literal.
I can. He's literally, and I firmly believe he doesn't mean I dropped like that and now I see your super. No. Your superpowers were neutralized before I touched that Future song. Yes. I've been like I know niggas give Kendrick so much gaff for like not dropping for years. He's literally telling you, I've been watching this silence. I've been watching it. That them superpowers getting neutralized. You're just you right now. You're not pop star Michael Jackson Drake right now. You're Drake. I am the biggest artist in the world pending. Go ahead.
Let me put one more thing in there. Still ain't got that Michael Jackson record.
Still don't have that Michael Jackson record.
Still don't have it.
That Mirrors record, that the time to look in the mirror, and that is what's going to be so ironic about this is because he's going to break that Michael Jackson record. But by the time he does, it won't matter. Nope. By the time he breaks that record, it'll be like LeBron breaking the points record. Like, wow, what a career. Wow, what a career, Drake. It won't be, wow, Drake, he's still taking off. It'll be, wow, he finally did it. Because we're 16 songs deep. Any of these could have done it. Oh, before we even go further with Drake, because we do got to hit football, but shout out Cardi, by the way. Okay. But you notice Cardi's not on No Face. You notice,
yes.
You notice but you know the level of artist that Cardi is somehow next to now. Cardi, as big of a fan base as he is, Cardi not supposed to be next to The Weeknd. Cardi not supposed to be next to Kanye West. Cardi not supposed to be next to Kendrick Lamar and all those people. Why is Cardi all of a sudden one of these biggest names ever, and you drop a song featuring Cardi? I liked Cardi's feature.
I did too, and I don't even care about Cardi like that.
But the single you dropped, somehow he's not on there. I wonder why he's not on there. Oh, because none of the niggas that are hot right now, none of their labels clearing it. None of their labels letting you do it. That's why you rapping with Lotto. That's why you rapping with these little artists. Because all these other labels, because you've been shitting on them for years, none of them throwing you a lifeboat, little bro.
There you go. I will say Young Money tweeted, Young Money, the page that is run by them, tweeted 9/13/24, which is Friday. I don't know what that means. I don't know if Lil Wayne is dropping a song.
Oh, it's a Wayne Kendrick song. No, not a Wayne Kendrick. A Wayne Drake song.
That's what I'm really, really thinking they might be doing it. I'm
Seeing Green Part 2?
Just a tell-all, like a letter to the industry type vibe. Like we see you niggas playing, we know you playing, and we going to work, and we'll be back next year. Like, or some of that nature.
Okay.
I'm very, very, very interested to see if they was just bullshitting or if actually something comes from that. Secondly, another point I forgot about Wayne, why I think he was so frustrated, is because I think he's been saving the Carter 6 release for the Super Bowl. He announced the Carter 6 2 years ago, and he's been saying the Carter 6 has been done since February. Okay. So I think he's been saving that for the Super Bowl. So I think that also hurt them. And then lastly, do you have your 10 Kendrick songs better than my Wayne songs?
Oh, I thought we was going to do it after the football. Yeah,
I was trying to trick you.
Okay. No, listen, I got him. So 10, so I'm going to start. So, boom. Not Like Us. Humble. All the Stars. DNA. Euphoria. Money Trees. Mad City. Swimming Pools. What am I at now?
I think you're at 7 right now.
Love. Loyalty. What's that, 9?
Yes.
And what's the song with Travis?
Goosebumps.
Oh, Goosebumps for Poetic Justice. Easy.
Yeah, you're crazy.
Easy.
That's not better than no Wayne set.
Like, that's easy.
You're out of your mind.
What?
You're out of your mind.
What?
You're out of your. That's better than Go DJ, Mr. Carter, Comfortable, Fireman, Best Rapper Alive, Lollipop, Mirror, Soldier, We Taking Over, and Duffel Bag Boy. You're crazy.
At the Super Bowl.
You're crazy.
But that list, because I added a couple to that list for you. I know I did. But like, nigga did not say mirrors. Nigga didn't say hello. But listen, Wayne wouldn't dare do Soldier and not have Beyonce come out. I'll tell you that. He would not play with fire like that.
He wouldn't.
Niggas
That's the wrong fan base.
Them niggas would storm the stage. Beyonce did the Super Bowl too many times to play like that.
The dancers, the choreographers he hired. Be like, hold up, bro, what you doing? But all right. Anything music related before we dive into this football for the next 30, 40? I think I'm good. I did not listen to Big Sean. Oh, no.
I listened to Big Sean album.
No. Okay, you go over there because I have somewhere I got to go.
Okay, I listened to Big Sean album and God, I did not like it.
That's why I actually go first because I knew it was going to be fast.
Yeah, go ahead. No positives at all. Like
Doechii.
Oh, Doechii. I heard that too. Yo. Amazing.
Yo.
Okay, and listen, I don't want to go back to the Kendrick TD, the biggest rappers in the world, what they're doing. Doechii got a Katy Perry feature coming out. Oh. Doechii has a Katy Perry song coming out in like 2 weeks. Okay. And it's the same label that SZA's on.
That's something.
So I think it's something. And Beyonce just mentioned Doechii.
Yes.
I think she's the next one.
So that is exactly where I was going. Okay. Doechii, you are up next.
Yeah.
This album, Alligator Bites Never Heal by Doechii.
Beautiful.
Doechii.
Yep.
It is amazing.
Start to finish.
From start to finish, from track one. Yep. Everything you want in an album, from a story to cohesiveness, to amazing instrumentation, to amazing beats, live instrumentation. And then on top of that, what do we love the most? A rapper.
Bars.
She is rapping
cadence.
Her ass off.
I love it.
Cadence, delivery, punchlines,
pockets.
And the beauty in it is she has kind of a monotone voice. And if you have a monotone voice, it's harder for you to rap because a big part of making music is being expressive with your voice. Yeah. Her being able to do that with the monotone that she raps in is incredible. She picks beats that make her voice sound great, and the beats just sound good on their own as well. It is an easy listen, it's a fun listen, and you're going to leave this artist being a fan of this woman. I am not joking.
Listen,
and the last thing I just want to say is even the best part about this album is she is rapping, she's getting to her bag, she killing. And then she get on Slide, which is like the pop song in that record.
Bop.
And she is bopping,
It's a bop, bro.
Amazing album, top 5 album this year, easy. One of the best albums I've heard from a. One of the best albums I've heard from a female rapper in a very long time. This is amazing. Doechii, salute. And to TDE, keep it coming. Man.
Listen,
y'all don't miss.
And we love this. 19 songs, 47 minutes. It's not an hour and a half listen. It's not a 22-minute album. Right in that sweet spot.
Perfect.
Doesn't drag. It's an easy listen. It's a great album.
Salute to Doechii.
All right, so enough positivity. Because we was even positive about the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Boy, listen, it was. You want to start with Monday, or like you just want to go?
All right, Monday to Friday or Friday to Monday?
Let's do Monday. Let's do Monday.
Monday to Friday.
The last thing we saw, most things fresh in your mind. I just want to shout out to the New York Jets fans out there. I really want it from the bottom of my heart, because while being right all the time is such a burden, I'm also burdened by seeing y'all realize I'm right in real time. Because that first drive, I watched the whole game. They got the ball back, and it's in route, it's slant, it's back shoulder fade, Garrett Wilson. Niggas hitting me in the chat. He going to be top 15. It's a meme from American Psycho. The niggas like, nice opening drive script. Now let's see the rest of the game. And the rest of the game, he looked like a 40-year-old QB with no Achilles behind a mid-offensive line.
Playing against Fred Warner.
I was scared for him. I was worried for him, bro. And shout out Fred Warner, who looks like he's going to be all-pro, all-universe again. But I was worried about him, bro. Like, physically, the 49ers, and they do this a lot, they just look scared. It looked like an SEC team.
Terrible.
It looked like an SEC team playing Oklahoma.
All right, hold on.
But
Okay. Yeah, I changed shirts.
yeah, and listen, Garrett Wilson, great wide receiver. Nigga ain't Randy Moss. He not going to be your entire passing offense. Listen, I like Allen Lazard a lot. Not a wide receiver, too. Randall Cobb, not an NFL player.
Let me ask you this. Do they score that touchdown on that drive if he don't get that free play?
No. Yeah, that'd be one thing. Niggas be like, man, Rodgers is so good without free plays. Well, he's not. Listen, shout out Nick Wright for saying this, because I've been the nigga saying it, and niggas be like, nah, you hating on his stats. Fam, the nigga who throw the ball out of bounds instead of throwing the ball down the field, I'm not giving you credit for not throwing picks. I'm sorry, bro. Like, there's a reason that all his free plays and the rest of them look so much different.
So why you be so mad at Josh Allen? I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Listen, and listen, to the Josh Allen point, I always say, because they were talking about the Cam Newton picks. Picks is not like, it's a healthy, I can live with a certain amount of picks.
Me too.
It's just the type of picks.
Yes.
It's just the type of picks for me.
For sure. All right, San Francisco.
Brock Purdy.
The question we have for the room, just so the fans can follow. Are you worried about the Jets going ahead, and are the 49ers right back where they were? I'm going to start with the Jets.
Right.
All right. If I have a scale from 1 to 10,
right,
my worry for the Jets is at a 7.
Okay.
The worry for the Jets, 3 points gets taken off because they were playing the 49ers. Mm-hmm. So my worries were, I saw Kirk Cousins on Sunday, and then I saw Aaron Rodgers on Monday. And other than the fact Aaron Rodgers throws a way prettier ball than him, it was not much of a difference. Nope. If Kirk was at about 75%, Aaron was about at 83.4.
Yeah.
Like, it was not much of a difference. And I do think an Achilles is not something that gets better as you play more football, just as basic math would tell you. Aaron's foot worries me. them taking him out down 3 scores worries me.
Yeah.
That's not something this is not high school.
3 scores is not a lot of points.
1, 3 scores isn't a lot of points. And 2, they just don't do that in the NFL. Like,
after not playing him all preseason.
You have to be playing it has to be 45-6 for them to take you out the game. And sometimes they still don't. Right. So that was weird. And that was a problem to me. 2, as it's just said, Garrett Wilson can't be your whole offense. He's really good, and he's going to have another 1,000-yard season and hopefully go over 10 touchdowns. But he's not carrying you to the Super Bowl. You have to have another piece.
In the AFC?
And Breece Hall is really good, but Breece Hall ain't that piece. You need another receiver to stretch the field. Their offensive line, I know they were playing Nick Bosa. I know they were playing Fred Warner. Well, offensive line didn't look that great. I do think if you're able to work more play action with Aaron Rodgers, it'll slow the pass rush down, blah, blah, blah. And as they get more camaraderie and don't play Nick Bosa, they'll probably look little bit better.
Hopefully.
Lastly, dog, they got bullied.
Oh, they got manhandled up front.
And
they got manhandled up front.
This is the thing. With that is you're in the AFC. Mm-hmm. So you got to deal with Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
You got to deal with Patrick Mahomes and Isaiah Pacheco and Travis Kelce.
Josh Allen.
You got to deal with Josh Allen and James Cook. I'm just talking running games.
Yeah.
You have to deal with Josh Allen and James Cook.
Browns offense.
Did you see Joe Mixon on Sunday?
I did.
You're going to have to deal with C.J. Stroud and Joe Mixon.
Yep.
You're going to have to deal with Anthony Richardson and Jonathan Taylor.
Yep.
Who did you say?
The Patriots running back.
I thought that's who you said.
Yeah.
And yes.
Yeah.
Did you see him on Sunday?
Fam, not the Patriots. Devon Achane.
Raheem
Mostert.
Don't get me wrong, I am aware the 49ers run the ball better than anybody else. And as I said, you can put anybody in that system and they can run for 100 yards.
Yep.
But, brother, there's a difference between them just running the ball well and getting 100 yards because they have Christian McCaffrey and George Mason, an undrafted running back, is just running downhill 5, 6, 7 yards before he reaches contact.
And so I could live with it's a good scheme. He is violently imposing his will on your defense. It wasn't like, all right, he getting to 5 yards and our linebackers got him. No, he is pushing through you to go from 5 yards to 7.5. It was a manhandle.
It's some plays where the defensive line does not touch the running back.
Yeah.
That is unacceptable to happen multiple times in the game to the point where we're saying it on our show next.
And the 49ers O-line not even that good.
It's not.
That's the thing. When you're going to have to play the best O-lines in the league. Niggas are like, well, the 49ers are a good team. It's the NFL. They're all good teams. You have to play other good teams. That's my problem with the Jets. And to answer your question, 1 to 10, am I worried? I'm not worried. I got them at a 2 because I don't think they were going to be good. Mm-hmm. I didn't think they were going to be that good. And you hit on everything scheme-wise so far with Aaron, just personnel, what they need. I'm going to hit on coaching staff because not only were they out physical, out tough, they were unprepared. They looked it's very easy in the NFL as opposed to, I think, the NBA when a team is being out-coached. Mm-hmm. The 49ers out-coached them from beginning to end. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if they said what happened with Sauce, but I was so mad because it was still at a point where the game was kind of still in the balance. We're 2-minute warning. If you get a stop here, you're going into the half, you're maybe down 1 score. It depends if they're going to get the field. How far you take Sauce off the field, Brock Purdy hits 4 straight completions, and now we're at the 20-yard line. Now we need a goal line stop.
To defend Salah, Sauce said he had a stinger, and he came back on the field when it stopped.
Oh, okay.
He said he was on the bench because it was hurt.
Okay. Oh, that okay. Yes. So in the broadcast, they said he was hurt. I don't know why they said that, but coaching wise, and I asked this with Nick Sirianni, who will soon be an assistant coach for another team. What does Robert Saleh do, bro? What does Robert Saleh do?
So my answer to that question last week was their defense is very good. Shit, maybe. It's now I'm asking maybe.
It's man, is like the Bears defense last year. End of the year wasn't like we got the best corner in the league, the best defensive tackle in the league, and an elite secondary corner safety. So we're a good defense. It was the scheme is really good, so we're gonna play good.
Yes.
The Jets, it looks like, Sauce is the best DB in the league, and Quinn Williams is the best D tackle in the league, so they just make some plays.
Yeah.
I didn't feel where they're being, like, the scheme never felt like, this is why. I've never watched a game and was like, that's what Robert Saleh does.
Again, I'm going to give him credit for the defense. The defense has been amazing and has been winning them football games. And I also give him credit because he's won 7 games with Zach Wilson. So I do think that is very important to mention, that he has won games with terrible quarterback play, which is the hardest thing to do in this NFL. And on top of that, having a good defense when your quarterback is consistently giving the ball back to the other team, that is even tougher. So I'm going to give Saleh a little bit of the break because I don't think they were unprepared on defense. Yeah. I think they were unprepared on offense.
No. Not Hackett. Yeah, no, he's in that.
I think their offensive game plan was atrocious. They would not establish the run. This is the NFL. You're not Shedeur Sanders in Colorado. You don't have to just get down 2 scores and just start throwing the ball. Yeah. Run the ball. Establish the run on first and second down.
It's a 60-minute game.
It's a 60-minute game. Just run the ball. Yeah. I don't know, especially if you trust the defense in the way you say you do. Just run the ball. You're not worried. If you get the ball back down 1 score with in the fourth quarter, you have Aaron Rodgers. You should be okay with that. Run the ball and establish the run. I think they did a terrible job of that.
And my question again to niggas when we was here when we did the big pod. So what evidence do we have that Nat Hackett is not? I don't want to call him stupid on here, but what evidence do we have that he's a good coordinator?
None.
We have no evidence that Nat Hackett has any experience running a competent offense, let alone elite offense. And when your head coach says, I don't want nothing to do with offense, that worries me. That worries me in 2024. When my head coach says, "No, I don't worry about the offense."
I agree.
You better be Bill Belichick. You better be you better be Mike McDonald. You better be a defensive savant to say, I don't really worry about the offense.
And for the Jets fans watching, sorry, JTS, Jets, JTS, Jets. I want to preface why this is happening. We're having this reaction because your end goal is not a wild card plot. It's not a wild card.
After the game, Aaron says, "I hope we see them in the Super Bowl." That nigga need to wake up and smell the 6 and 7 to go up.
That is my point. Yeah. Is we're comparing them to the top 6 teams in the AFC.
The Chiefs.
Because that's who they're playing. Yeah. That is who their competition is. Who cares if they beat the Titans next week? Who cares?
Which they will not.
They might. That's the way. Will Levis is terrible. But
shit, that Titans.
Even if they score 6 good points, they're going to win that game. But they are competing with the upper echelon of the AFC. They have 2 upper echelon AFC teams in their division.
Yep.
So that is who we're comparing them to.
Maybe 3.
Shit. Beat the Bengals. Shit. So why my Warriors at a 7 and not a 9 is because of their next few weeks. And I did this last week. I think it is very important to read our schedule so you know what the NFL did and how they gave them a favor. And this is why I picked the Jets to go to the playoffs. It was simply because of their schedule. They have the Titans next week, the Patriots the week after, the Broncos the week after, Vikings. Then they play the Bills, Steelers, Patriots, Texans, Cardinals. Then they play the Colts, Seahawks, Dolphins, Jags, and they end the season with the Rams, Bills, Dolphins. So that season right there, I see Titans to win, Patriots, Broncos, Vikings. I think they're about to be 4-1, and the world is going to be in a frenzy. The sleeper team they might lose to in that game is the Patriots because of their defense and because of how they run the ball.
Yeah.
Then the next 4 games, I have Bills, Steelers, Patriots, Texans. I have them going 1-3. Mm-hmm. They'll either beat the Patriots or the Steelers. They won't beat both of them. And then they have
they're not beating the Steelers.
Then they have the Cardinals, Colts, Seahawks, Dolphins. They might go 2-2 depending on how Anthony Richardson looks by week 17. I mean, not 17. This is week like 9 or 10.
Do you think they beat the Cards?
Maybe. And that's my point is when I looked at this, I thought this was a really easy schedule.
Yeah.
But then I saw the Jets, and then I saw the Cardinals, and I saw the Colts, and I saw the Patriots, and I saw the Steelers, and I saw the Texans again, and I saw the Seahawks. And I'm looking like, That schedule ain't as easy as it looks.
That was my.
They're going to have an issue getting into the playoffs. In week 8, I'll come back and pretend like I never had them in the playoffs and delete everything I posted. Because this is going to get bad after this Patriots game. I believe they play the Titans, Patriots, Broncos. After these next 3 games, the Vikings, it starts because Kevin O'Connell is a motherfucking dog,
bro.
That's it. He had Sam Bradford 12 for 12 with 2 touchdowns.
Sam Darnold like a starting QB.
Sam Darnold, my bad,
look like a starting QB.
Yeah. So go ahead.
My thing, and I said this last week. You can go back and check. Shout out to the people who do it because some niggas do go back and check. Somebody told me that. Y'all were reading the schedule, and y'all were like, these are easy wins. These are bad teams. I said, the Jets are a bad team. None of these wins are easy. Like, those next 4 games you listed, I would not be surprised if after week 5 they're 1-4. I would not be surprised. Because that offensive line cannot protect Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers is not a great QB anymore. Niggas got to wake up and smell the roses. Last time Aaron Rodgers had 300 yards, that same week, Tom Brady beat Josh Allen in overtime. It's been 2 calendar years. The last time he had 300 yards, it was 2021, bro. Tom Brady was defending his Super Bowl that year.
And Drake was the biggest in the world.
It's been 3. Aaron Rodgers better not get to Christmas and not have a 300-yard game. If he go 3 calendar years without 300, bro, y'all like, and I asked this when we was talking about Aaron Rodgers being top 15 QB. I said, why do y'all think Aaron Rodgers is playing this year? Why do y'all think Aaron Rodgers is still playing? Is it because he thinks he can win the Super Bowl over Patrick Mahomes, the best player he's ever watched play football in his own conference, with a better team around him, with a better coach? Is it because Aaron still thinks he's a top 5 player in the league, skipped all of minicamp, didn't play the last 5 minutes of the game, didn't play preseason, has no reason to believe that? No. Aaron Rodgers' ego is so big, it's so ginormous that he didn't want the end of Aaron Rodgers' career to be flamed out in Green Bay, got embarrassed, came to the Jets, popped his Achilles. Nobody was home again. Because the nigga who wrote his book said Aaron Rodgers came back because he didn't want it to end this way. That's not a good team, bro. He's not going to be a good player, dog. All right. Quarterbacks are throwing the least touchdowns, yards in the last decade. And I'm supposed to believe he going to jump 600 yards, 10 touchdowns from where he was with one of the best play callers in the league, surrounded by good weapons. He had better weapons in Green Bay than he do in New York. I listen, the Jets stuff, love to you. My mother is a Jets fan, love her to death. She's watched the whole game. It's some teams that are not good for a reason. And that's one we created up here too. All teams are not going to be good. There's a reason there are bad teams. This Jets team, who surrounded him with no weapons. Offensive line, disgusting. Offensive coordinator. I question what level of football he knows. Forget offense. Just football. Who says, oh yeah, our QB popped his Achilles. He's 40 years old. Let's drop back versus Nick Bosa 45 times. Let's just drop back. Versus Nick. And Breece Hall. Niggas like, yo, Breece Hall gonna carry the load. Breece Hall has never carried a load for a season in his life. And even if he could, I don't know if that offensive line will let him. I don't know if that offensive line would even let him at this point. I see no hope for the Jets. But to go from one Achilles to the other, your team, the Atlanta Falcons, what did you see? Shout out Stunning Brother.
I do not. I can not wait to post that. I do not love what I saw. And I don't love what I saw, not because they lost. Them losing to the Steelers is not the biggest deal in the world. The Steelers are great every year. They're just a good football team every year.
Nasty niggas every year.
Every year. So the loss isn't the issue. It is the type of loss.
How you lost.
Because you gave the game away. The Steelers were trying to give you the game. The Steelers didn't score a touchdown the whole game. Your defense is great.
My defense did not give up a touchdown in fantasy, and we lost.
Your defense was amazing.
Yep.
Your defense was amazing as advertised, and they're only going to get better. Now, they were playing Justin Fields. We'll see how they look against Jalen Hurts and the all-star team around him. Yeah. But they looked really good. Kirk Cousins is not healthy. I will say it again. Kirk Cousins is not healthy. You do not run an NFL game with one of the 5 best play-action quarterbacks and not run play-action.
And one of the 3 best running backs in the league.
They spent the whole game giving behind the ball.
Yep.
Their whole objective was to get behind the ball and let him be the superstar he is, which is the right game plan. Mm-hmm. But anybody that has watched football from any level, from Pee Wee on up, will tell you if you're establishing the run, then what's next?
Play action.
Why would you not run play action? Maybe it's because your quarterback can't move. And if your quarterback can't move, then why are you not playing the rookie quarterback that you drafted? That is my problem. Yeah. And I know why you're not playing him. It's because of Kirk Cousins' ego. Kirk Cousins won't let the rookie play because Kirk Cousins is worried the rookie might be better than him. And if the rookie looks crazy, then he ain't going to get to play this year.
You know what's crazy? I don't even think it's Kirk Cousins. Shout out Kirk Cousins' wife. Beautiful people. Great guys. I don't think it's him. You know who ego I think it is? Arthur Blank. I think Arthur Blank does not want to look. Because Arthur Blank is 1 million. We give Jerry Jones a lot of flack because he's involved in the operations. Arthur Blank is just as involved with the Falcons' operations. Yeah. I think they don't want to look stupid for paying Kirk Cousins that money, and he's not an NFL quarterback anymore.
Agree.
Because Kirk Brad guaranteed. Kirk don't got to complete another pass this year.
Nope.
He gonna cash that check. But the Falcons had a year of, let's say, high school level quarterbacking. Embarrassed themselves on national TV in front of all their fans, and they said they overreacted and said, "Oh yeah, we got to overcorrect. We got to get a quarterback." And in that, they signed a QB who they had no idea what he would look like post Achilles. I don't care who you think you are, who your doctor is. Aaron said he found a new treatment. Fam, none of you niggas are as athletic as Kevin Durant. And if Kevin Durant could not return from Achilles as agile, as quick, and as smooth as he did, you won't either. And the difference is Kevin Durant don't get tackled every game.
So, yeah, I like the Falcons. I love everything about the Falcons. Yep. I think they have a very good football team, and I still think they're a 10-win team. But they are not a 10-win team. They're not a 12-win team. They're not a first-round playoff seed, second-round playoff seed like we all predicted. No. If Kirk Cousins is not healthy, and if Kirk Cousins is not healthy, you have young, fresh legs. Play him. I watched him at the practice. I was at the live practice. Michael Penix looks very good. He has an amazing arm, a very accurate quarterback, and he will be able to run that offense to perfection. He's going to spend a lot of time in the pistol, under center, play action, easy completions.
Yeah, and Michael
play
Penix,
through behind the Tyler Algier.
And despite Michael Penix having injury history, Michael Penix is actually still mobile. He's not Lamar Jackson, but he's mobile enough to run your play action, and he's mobile enough to where the first guy gets through the pocket, the play isn't over. Right now, the Falcons' offense needs to be perfect. Everyone needs to be blocked. Everyone needs to be open. There can't be any interior pressure because, first of all, I can't even hit my back foot and drive. I need to throw off my front foot, which is more dangerous because if a nigga fall into that front foot while you're driving,
over with.
His season's over.
It's over with.
So we can't run play action, so we can't protect you more because play action is what slows down the defensive rush. If I'm rushing as a DN now and I play the Jets or if I play the Falcons, if I take one step and it's not a run, if I take a first step and I don't see a pulling guard, I know it ain't play action. I know I ain't got to be worried about, what if he pull it out? I'm going. So that makes my run defense better and my pass defense better. Everything about it screams, we didn't know he would be this bad.
And now we pressing your receivers because you don't got other than Mooney, you don't got no real game-breaking speed.
And Mooney little.
So we're gonna pressure receivers at the line to give our pass rusher even more time because we know if we get even closer in your face, he's going down.
He's going down. It's easy. I don't even got to touch him. I think I just might fall.
So as I will say to end this, I will give him week 2.
Okay.
Because it was week 1. He hasn't played football in a really long time.
Yeah. Might have been scared.
He might have been a little nervous, a little scared to see how it was going to feel. Yeah. It's a new team, new system, new offense coordinator, new weapons, new everything. So I will give him one more game to look healthy. He don't got to play great.
Just look healthy.
If he's 18 for 25 with 175 yards and a touchdown, that's fine.
Right.
But he has to look healthy. They can lose the game 21-40.
Right.
If Kirk doesn't look healthy, I expect them to start the season 1-2. Now it'll be 0-3 because they play the Eagles and Chiefs next. They're not going to win either one of those games.
Listen, God bless that team going into Kansas City.
But this is the thing, and this is the best case for Falcons fans. Falcons fans, myself included. We want 3 scenarios. 1, we want Kirk to come out here and light this motherfucker up, put all the noise behind us, continue with the season.
Yep, just bad for week 1.
2, we want Kirk to come out here and look terrible. Because it's Monday Night Football.
Yep.
So the next morning on Tuesday, everybody will be asking, well, why isn't Penix playing? Kirk obviously isn't healthy. What are you doing? You're wasting this team. You brought him here to win. You want to win now. So now we get the noise behind. I said that. It was 2 points. You want those. You want Kirk to ball out, or you want this to be terrible.
Yeah.
You do not want a close game where Kirk don't really look healthy, but you might pull it out. You might win. You down by 2. You want the Eagles to put their foot down your throat, pause, or you want Kirk to light it up. There's no in between. Because if there's an in between, we keep going with this, and now we got to go to Kansas City on Sunday Night Football and deal with the same thing.
See that is why, man.
And wait, one more thing. I'm hoping that he plays terrible. They bench him, and on Sunday Night Football.
Oh no!
Michael Penix.
No, I don't want that.
Yes, you do.
You can't.
Because this is the thing. It's the freedom of nothing matters. Yeah. It's my first game. It's Sunday Night Football.
That's true.
It's Patrick Mahomes, and I saw Penix. I watched a lot of Penix last year because of the Pac-12 and Colorado and all that. So I watched like 6 full Penix games. He does not get phased.
No, he's a baller.
He don't blink.
No, see that's the thing.
That's my thing. I think for the Falcons, a black quarterback, Atlanta, like the game is in Atlanta on Sunday night, best player in the world. Yeah. Even if they lose the game, but Penix is 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he duel with Patrick Mahomes. It's like,
that's the reason
we found our guy.
See, that's the reason I'd rather him play versus Philly than Kansas City, because I think Kansas City might have the best defense in the league.
Okay. That's
my concern with the Falcons is I worry about how that defense is going to look next week, because if you cannot sustain offensive drives, it doesn't matter what your defense is. If Kirk Cousins is going to throw a pick on the 30, it don't matter who's your safety. They're going to score. Right. And I think if Philadelphia is able to turn Kirk Cousins over, pressure him in a way to keep their defense on the field the whole game, I think it really hurts the ceiling for that team, because the Saints are nowhere near as bad as we thought they were. Well, week 1.
They play the Panthers. They might not. They might still be.
That's a fact. They definitely play the Panthers. But whatever happens week 2, I think this goes to Patrick Mahomes' Oreo, and we'll talk about the Chiefs next, is going to hang over that locker room for 6 to 7 days. You said it's going to be one day. No. Because if the Eagles score 38 on them, 38-10, they lose. All week is be like, damn, we play the Chiefs next. Like, it's downhill from here. Shouts to the Falcons fans. I put my application, I deferred it to, we'll see what happens with this year with Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix. I may return next year as a Falcons fan, part-time, but as of right now, it is not looking like green. It is not looking like green grass.
All right. Anthony Richardson, when I seen you throw that ball, Lord have mercy.
Anthony Richardson might be one of my guys for sure. I think Anthony Richardson might be one.
Anthony Richardson is my second favorite player in the NFL after Lamar Jackson. That motherfucker right there, I will be locked in. I don't care if he complete 21 passes this year. It will be the most entertaining 21 completions I'll ever see.
It was a tweet. This is some nerd nigga be breaking down QBs. He was like, man, I don't like Anthony Richardson. He was like this, and he put the clip of the nigga throwing the pass. Like, shut up, nerd, nigga. This is real football. This is real. They're like, Anthony Richardson missed 2 touchdowns. I don't care. Fuck. I don't. Did you see? Nigga threw 70 yards on his back foot. Nigga's a dog, bro. Nigga's a beast, bro.
68 air yards,
bro.
With 2 niggas in his face off his back foot.
Reading it out. And he flipped. He really reading that bitch out, too. Like, he see the safety going. He like, I got 2 niggas in his face. I don't even see y'all, nigga. Like, yo, I love Anthony Richardson. I love the Colts. They were my sleeper playoff team to get into the AFC.
I liked it. I like it even more after week 1.
Yo, that is a good team.
And even better for us as guys that love football and watch it every year, Anthony Richardson versus CJ for the next 10 is going to be amazing.
No, there's something there. It's something there.
It's something there.
It's
bro.
a little something there.
It's something there, and they know it too.
Yo, niggas killed me. Quarterbacks play the defense. They don't play the other team. Shut up. No, they don't. Nigga. That's CJ Stroud and others. I'm Anthony Richardson. I've been here all year. CJ Stroud going to MVP. They gonna go to the Super Bowl. This league his. Da. Anthony Richardson ain't trying to hear that, nigga. I'm him.
Come on now.
Anthony Richardson got 15 starts in the last 5 years, and I'm still here.
Yeah,
nigga.
9 completions for 212 yards.
Dog, you know, it's a Madden stat line.
It's a Madden stat.
Nigga was throwing beaters the whole
9
game.
completions for 200 yards, bro. Like, and he
missed 2 walk-ins. He missed 2 walk-ins.
He would have had 4. He should have 4 or 5 touchdowns.
That's the thing. If this is the worst Anthony Richardson is going to look for the rest of his career, the AFC is I don't understand how all these quarterbacks keep ending up in the AFC.
I don't either.
Just mathematically, it just doesn't make sense.
It's like 10. It's like out of the 10 top 10 quarterbacks, 9 of them are in the AFC.
Like it's
Matt Stafford over there, and that's it.
Literally,
like everybody else over there is cool. Like Jalen Hurts, cool, might be top 10.
Like aliens in the AFC.
Yeah, like it's the aliens are all in it. That shit is crazy. So, and CJ crazy. Texas look great. Diggs look great.
Yeah.
I don't really have too much from that game other than both those teams will be very good for a very long time. So
Packers. J Love. How worried are you 1 to 10 on the Packers right now?
2.
Okay.
Because J Love, they didn't put him on IR, and that makes me very.
Just a spray. Yeah.
That is very comfortable to me. They'll lose this week. I don't have to look who they're playing. They could be playing Newton County High School, and with Malik Willis, they gonna lose, bro.
I don't know, man.
So I do think they'll start off 0-2, 0-3, but if they come back and they're 0-3, I still think the Packers will make the playoffs and be just fine.
They're losing this week.
Who they play?
Colts.
Yeah, that's it. So, 0-2, 0-3, who cares? They'll be okay. They have the team, they have the coach, they have the play callers to come back from that. And to the other side, Saquon, Christian McCaffrey. What do we say?
Fam, I feel like this is one of the most head-scratching things I've seen in the NFL, just in the NFL media. Like, I feel like this was the easiest slam dunk take of the year.
They just overthunk it.
Yeah.
Everybody was overthinking it.
He's an elite running back going to an elite offense with an elite offensive line. Like, I think that's one of the dumbest takes. Like Nick Wright, he said this about the Ravens. Like, well, the Ravens already ran the ball well. The Eagles already ran the ball well. Well, like, you can run it better, nigga. Like
well does not mean the best.
Yeah, like, what do you mean? Like, we got DeAndre Swift in a good offensive line. Okay, no, you have a top 3 running back and a great offensive line, surrounded by 2 elite wide receivers and a running quarterback. He's like, man, he had 3 touchdowns. It looked like they looked easy. They looked easy. Like he made one nigga miss and scored. When's the last time he did that in New York? When was the last Giants run where he made one nigga miss and walked in?
When was the last Giants run he didn't get touched for 5 yards?
Literally.
He was at 4 or 5 yards just now
beating the safety.
So,
and out the backfield, it's like, oh, I forgot he could do that.
Yes.
Oh, because he didn't play for it with a quarterback. Oh, okay. So now my quarterback can throw a wheel route. Oh, wow. Yeah. Bro, the Eagles are going to look really good. My fear is they'll look too good to fire Nick Sirianni till it's too late. But what's up with Jalen Hurts?
What do you mean?
What do you think is going on? I
don't think anything wrong. I thought Jalen played great. I think that second pick was because A.J. Brown slipped.
No, not even the second pick. That first one like when he transitioned to being Jalen Hurts, he was great at, like, he just never had those throws like that first pick. Like that first pick, I went to look to get another camera angle. Mm-hmm. Like, what the fuck was he looking at? Like,
it wasn't. He was looking at nothing. I don't know. Yeah. Great question, because I don't know how to answer. But I think that's the week 1 thing. I think most quarterbacks I watched had a what the fuck play.
Yeah, like, what are you looking at?
Yeah. So true. I don't chalk that up to too much more, because the second pick was, like I said, AJ slipped. If AJ doesn't slip, I don't know if the pass gets complete.
He at least gets his hands on it.
But it's not a pick. So,
and I trust AJ Brown in the jump ball versus Jair Alexander.
You feel me?
Personally.
So not even worried about the second pick. Yeah. And the rest of the game, I thought he looked really well. I thought he had command of the offense. I just think 9-hour flight. You're in a different country. You're
It's
not
Brazil,
like it's a little wacky. So some wacky things are going to happen.
Facts.
But I agree with you. I think the worst case scenario, which is what's going to happen for the Eagles, is they're about to start 7-0. If you go pull up their first 7 games, they're all very winnable.
Yep.
They start 7-0, then Nick Sirianni becomes Nick Sirianni again. If you saw him after the game, he did some weird shit again.
Yeah,
it's just like he just like tapped Matt LaFleur in the back and kept walking and was like snickering with his big security guard jumbo guy. I don't even know what the fuck his purpose is. But that is my fear for the Eagles has nothing to do with personnel, play on the field, or anything. It is strictly can Nick Sirianni behave himself in the way a head coach needs to lead a football team. That's all.
Listen, I know, it's cool. We won. Nah, I wouldn't be joking too much with Matt LaFleur. Because that's a team you're going to be competing with for the next couple years. And I don't think you're a better coach than Matt LaFleur.
Not even a little bit.
I don't want it to be, we fast forward to January, we forget. And Matt LaFleur been thinking about this shit for 6 months. Like, about you talking to him crazy like you one of them niggas. To go from them, who else do we hit? I mean, we could...
Still trying to forget it. You're trying to skip over it. What? Caleb Williams.
Oh,
to the stand.
No, yeah. I didn't think they played that bad, honestly.
All right. So this is my point.
Yeah.
And I'm only talking to people that had the Bears in the Super Bowl, Ish and Nick Wright.
Me.
And the guys that had Caleb Williams as the top 5, top 7 quarterback, Ish and Nick Wright, and a couple other people I've seen on Twitter.
He will be top 7 by divisional.
Yo. Yeah. Stop telling me a rookie quarterback is going to come in and be better than Lamar Jackson, Nick Wright. Stop telling me a rookie quarterback is going to come in and be a top 5 to top 7 quarterback without playing a game. Y'all saw him beat up on Pac-12 teams and was like, he one of the best quarterbacks I've ever seen in the NFL, so I'm going to put him in the top 5. No.
Hey, man.
He was in a Pac-12, and he had 4 games last year where he didn't complete 50% of his passes because he cannot win from the pocket. He can't. And it's okay. He will develop, and he will be very good in 2 years. In 2 years, he'll be a top 5 quarterback, and all of this will not matter anymore. But right now, he cannot win from the pocket, and that is not something you develop throughout a season. That is not something you can develop in one season as a rookie playing against the best defenses and the best coaches and the best players you've ever played in your life. Now, positive for the Bears. That defense is for real. Negative for the Bears. As I said with the Super Bowl pick, why do you think the Bears are coached well? You had a rookie quarterback, and their game plan was for the rookie quarterback to go win the game in his first start. They have one of the 10 best running backs in football in DeAndre Swift and did not give him the ball 20 to 25 times. And Joe Mixon was one of the best quarterbacks in the league, touched the ball 30 times on Sunday. Terrible game plan, which is my point. They don't have good coaching, and he can't win from the pocket.
So
they thought they had their superhero. They thought they had their savior. So they didn't treat him like a rookie. And he is a rookie. And it's okay. He's a really good quarterback. And he's going to be phenomenal and may retire as one of the 15, 25 greatest we've ever seen. But right now, he's still a rookie. He can't win from the pocket. He's not good from the pocket. And he has an accuracy issue. But we saw him make some cool throws on the run, and everybody trying to find the next Mahomes, like everybody was trying to find the next Steph Curry. So anybody that made a deep 3 was his next Steph Curry for 7 years, just because Brock can throw in the runs for a couple times a game, does not mean he's a top 5, top 7 Super Bowl quarterback. And lastly, he's slow. So he can't even get away from the defensive lineman.
Okay. So as the Caleb defense for this, and let me say, I am very happy being on the Caleb side of this, because let me take you back to week 1 last year, and I'm wondering, why do they think C.J. Stroud is going to outduel Lamar Jackson week 1 of the regular season? Why is C.J. Stroud dropping back 44 times versus the best defense in the league? No touchdowns. He threw the ball 45 times, no touchdowns. 10 of his passes were behind the line of scrimmage. It's because it's week 1. It's week 1. He a rookie, and the Titans D-line is crazy. Like, the Titans have a good D-line. But I think it's really early for Caleb. I think my take for Caleb was he's going to be a top 7 quarterback come the wild card weekend. Once the playoff starts, I think he'll have a case as being the best quarterback in the NFC. I don't think he'll be now. And the part I disagree with for you was you said in 2 years quarterbacks just don't develop like that anymore. There's no quarterback that was bad their first year that took 2 years to be good, except maybe Josh Allen. And the minute his coordinator left, he's gone back to the nigga he was his first 2 years. There's been no like Jordan Love. Jordan Love, his first 7 weeks looked terrible. Ever since, has been fine.
2 years was hyperbole. I will say that.
But my thing is, it's usually that first season you can tell. That first season. You know, is he going to be a great quarterback or not? And I think he will be a great quarterback.
Me too.
What I saw from the game was, we're trying to, especially in the first half, we're trying to see if Keenan Allen still has it. And there was a wheel route he won on that he should have got, but it was pressure. I'm not sure. And, you know, it's the NFL. It's not going to be perfect. Defense gets paid too. He won on that, but it was a lot of plays that looked like Keenan is the read. And I don't know if their offense is going to be like that come week 14 when they have Rome Odunze in the offense. Like, because he's a rookie too. I don't think his package pause right now is going to be the same thing it'll be in 14 weeks. And I think that is important when game planning for these teams because Caleb's NFL package knowledge right now is as small as it's going to be. And the reason I picked him to go to Super Bowl is not so strictly because of Caleb. I think that defense will be a giant part of why they go to Super Bowl because I think that may be one of the 5 best defenses in the NFC when the year is over. I think Jalen Johnson may be one of the 3 best corners. I think that pass rush. I think offensive coaching, we don't know if their offensive coaching is good.
That's what I'm speaking of.
I know that's a good defensive coach.
It is, yes.
And that is where most of that lies because Russell Wilson, when he was competing as a rookie, defense. What's dude's name? Brock Purdy? Defense. Jalen Hurts, first start, defense. Like Tom Brady, defense. It's not like, he came in. It wasn't like Mahomes. It wasn't like Mahomes where it was like, all right, the defense is bad. This nigga's going to score 38 anyway.
Yeah, but my thing is when you're talking Super Bowl, you have to score points, and they are not good at that. And what jump do you see them making to where they can beat the 49ers, to where they can beat the Lions, to where they can beat the Eagles? What jump do you think they're finna make in their play calling, their weapons? Roman Dunze is getting the MRI right now and might be on injury reserve right now. Keenan Allen got hurt in the middle of the game and is not going to play next week. So
I think Roman young nigga. Barring injury, of course. But, the 49ers won an NFC Championship game with 6 passes. Like, the NFC, that's why I disagree. In the NFC, I don't think you need to be a dynamic offense in the NFC. In the AFC, where you have to go through these aliens, I think so. But I think if you get to the NFC and you're playing the 49ers, it's a possibility it could be a defensive game where it's, first thing at the 24. I think it's
when's the last time you saw the 49ers play a defensive game? When's the last time the 49ers didn't score 20 points?
NFC Championship. Not this NFC Championship when they went to the Super Bowl.
NFC Championship. No, they scored 20. They scored 20.
No, not this. I'm talking about when they had Jimmy G and they didn't pass the ball. That was a defense.
3 years ago?
3 years is not that long. 3 years ago, last time Aaron Rodgers threw for 300. Like,
I jumped off that horse. I jumped off that horse. It's time for you to jump 3 years ago. That's what you got to give me?
I'm saying it happens, though.
Since Christian McCaffrey has gotten there, I don't think they've been in the defensive game yet.
McCaffrey.
So that's you can't say that your point was that they can play in defensive games. And if there has been no history to prove that in the past year and a half with Detroit or San Francisco, you can't say that. Now Philly maybe, but Philly got an all-star team right now.
No,
I don't see how they stop any of those teams.
That's where I disagree.
See,
that's where I disagree because you said Roman Dunze is on the MRI table. Chris McCaffrey has an Achilles injury right now. Chris McCaffrey is actually hurt. We don't know that the 49ers will be a high score. The 49ers just now versus the Jets, like they had like 8. They had the ball the entire game. Like, yeah, they are gonna look like that when they have the ball the entire game versus a borderline bad team. But I don't know that every playoff game they're gonna win, Caleb needs to be their best player. I just don't.
I don't think that he can be their best player, but I do think he will have to win from the pocket consistently and make throws from the pocket, which he has not shown a capability of doing. So that is why I don't see how you guys are saying that. How you guys would say something with how good this league is, how good and fast these defenses is, how we can put him in a conversation with the top of the line and then say he's going to walk in and look San Francisco in the face and outscore San Francisco or outscore the Detroit Lions or outscore Philly. That is asinine. And I haven't even touched the teams, the Rams, who Matt Stafford, who he's not better than. You say he's going to be the best quarterback in MC. He's not going to be better than Matt Stafford by the end of the year.
Maybe.
The Packers, who as soon as Jordan Love get back, won't be better than him either. And then
but Jordan Love is proof that is possible. Like you mentioned, Jalen Hurts. Niggas thought Jalen Hurts couldn't win from the pocket. Jalen Hurts went from Jalen Hurts was literally a running. Niggas called Jalen Hurts a running back for 3 years, and then 1 year he just learned how to win from the pocket.
Oh,
Jordan Love. Niggas thought Jordan Love was not an NFL quarterback. Then he learned how to win from the pocket. Brock Purdy, his first year starting was in the NFC Championship game. They damn near might have beat Philly if he started.
And
nobody thought he was amazing.
Jalen Hurts did not get to the Super Bowl until he learned to win from the pocket. And Jordan Love did not start having success until he started learning to win from the pocket. And my point is those things don't happen throughout one football season.
But it did for those players.
No, it did not. It was Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts played a season and then got better. Jordan Love sat a full year and then got better throughout a season. If Caleb Williams had already played a year and was sitting behind somebody, it would be different. But I cannot believe that Caleb Williams is going to go from not being able to win and make accurate throws from the pocket consistently to being able to do it that enough against the best teams in the NFL to get to a Super Bowl.
But that's
unrealistic.
So, but the Jordan Love thing like literally contradicts that, because I can understand if he sat the years and then, okay, week 1 he was rusty, week 2 it was 9 games, he literally could not do what we were talking about, and then it clicked because he's a good player. I didn't say there wouldn't be an adjustment time. I think there's going to be time where he needs to figure it out because he's going from the college to the NFL. But the quarterback he is today will not be the quarterback he is January, and that's my point. I think January he will be a fine pocket passer because the foundation he has is different than like Drake May or Anthony Richardson, players who need development because their footwork is bad or they're not making the reads. Caleb Williams has been making full field reads since college. His footwork is not that bad. He has all the foundations to be a great pocket passer, but like you mentioned at USC, he could not be I'm just going to drop back and hit the same. Like, he's in the Lincoln Riley offense taking deep shots the entire game. Like, I think given the situation, which we've never seen him be in.
So what I was saying, sorry, it cut out for a little bit. So what I was saying was that I just don't see the Bears have a very tough schedule. They have the Texans next. They have the Texans. They have Colts. They have Rams, and then they'll beat the Panthers. And then the Jags is going to be a tough game. They have the Commanders, who won't be easy. Cardinals won't be easy. Patriots won't be easy. Then they go Packers, Vikings, Lions. Then they go San Fran, Vikings, Lions, Seahawks, Packers. That is a very hard schedule for a quarterback that cannot win from the pocket right now. And I'm not saying that he won't be able to by week 10. I am not saying that he won't be able to by week 12, but he won't be able to get to a Super Bowl. And you're going to be playing catch up. You're going to be playing catch up. Unless the Bears put on a defensive performance I've never seen, the Bears offense is not going to be good enough to score enough to outscore CJ.
See, that's my question. So after we watch Anthony Richardson, who's a far worse pocket quarterback, go toe-to-toe with CJ Stroud, and as we just said, missed 2 wide open touchdowns. He hit 1, airmailed 2 wide open touchdowns. Why are we sure the Texans defense is just going to do the same thing that the Titans defense did?
Because Shane Steichen coaches the Colts and not the Bears.
What?
Because Shane Steichen coaches the Colts and not the Bears.
So the Texans will just be better because they're not playing the Colts?
The Texans will be better. Defense will be better because they're not playing an offensive mind. Okay. That is Shane Steichen. So yes,
I will, and again, that's what I'm saying.
So you think you picking the Bears to beat the Texans?
Shit, maybe. I mean, it's not like the Texans. It's not like the Bears. The Texans are not of all those teams you read off, the only teams that seem unbeatable on that schedule, Lions, 49ers, and that's right now. Because the reason the Bears are such a high pick team is because they're one of the few teams in the NFL that look like they are balanced. Whatever you think about Caleb now, if Caleb is a top 20 quarterback, this team should be in the playoffs. This should be a playoff team.
I disagree with that.
They were almost a playoff team with a bottom 2 quarterback.
No, I still disagree with that. I think the NFC got better this year. I think the NFC got way better. I don't think a top 20 quarterback just guarantees a top 20 quarterback. I think
what team that was bad got better other than the Bears in the NFC? They're going to be a playoff team.
The Packers.
They were already a playoff team.
The Packers, the Falcons.
Oh, they're going to suck. They're going to suck.
The Packers, the Falcons.
Okay.
The Commanders.
They're not going to be a playoff
Eagles.
They were already great.
And the Eagles were not great last year.
They were a playoff team.
We spoke about how last year. I'm telling you, these teams got better. So I'm not saying that I'm not saying that all of these teams are who the Bears are going to have to beat or going to have to face or anything like that. I'm just saying these are the upper echelon teams of the NFC, and I think it's 7 or 8 teams that would make Caleb have to be a top 15 quarterback that day for them to beat. I don't think their defense is that good. I think they play Will Levis. I think it's good, but I don't think it's a top 5 defense. I don't think it's a top 3 defense. I think it's a good defense that played Will Levis, who was one of the worst 3 quarterbacks in the NFL right now, and you got lucky. I think you're about to play one of the 6 best quarterbacks in the NFL this week, and you're going to look very different.
But that's my problem. You frame it, you got lucky. Like you text me about the pick 6, right? But the fumble that turned into an instant touchdown while they were just down 1 score, like how is that not the other team getting lucky? It was even lucky that the Titans had 17 points to begin with.
The lucky aspect of it was that you play Will Levis. It has nothing to do with anything that happened on the field. You're not lucky because Will Levis threw a pick. I'm saying you're lucky because Will Levis was a quarterback. That is the luck.
I mean,
that is the luck in that. So it's like you didn't play Lamar Jackson, my nigga. You didn't stop Lamar.
You don't have to play Lamar.
Will Levis.
That is my thing. The quarterbacks, when I say he's a top 5, 7, he's gonna be a top 5, 7 quarterback. Even if he's 7, even if he finishes a top 12 quarterback, the other 11 quarterbacks better than him may not even be in the NFC. That is my thing. And when you go to the playoffs, more likely than not, the best quarterback on the most balanced team is usually the one that gets out of there. And I don't know which quarterbacks in the NFC will be on more balanced teams come the postseason.
Jalen Hurts, Jordan Love, Brock Purdy, Jared Goff. Those are 4 quarterbacks that are better than him right now. Will probably be better than him by the end of the year and are on better teams.
I don't think Brock Purdy's not a better quarterback than Caleb Williams.
Right now, today, yes, he is. Today, as we stand, yes, he is.
Listen, they were both free agents. Brock Purdy would not be a 49er.
That's not the same question. That's not the same question because you get years added and you're playing off of potential then. I am talking about today. If Kyle Shanahan needed 1 game right now and he had the Caleb Williams film he had and he had the Brock Purdy film he had, we're picking Brock Purdy. I am talking about if we only had the game they played on Monday and Sunday.
What? If we only pick Brock Purdy?
If he had the game film from
1 game for his life. 1 game. So wait. 1 game for your life right now. Who would you rather have?
Brock Purdy.
Crazy as fuck. What? Oh, what?
Against the Ravens? I'm playing the Ravens. I'm playing the Chiefs. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. You are playing a superstar quarterback, and you're going to pick the game manager.
The game manager that almost beat Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl yesterday?
That's the thing about almost. A lot of people almost beat superstars. Tom Brady almost lost to a lot of niggas. Mahomes almost lost to a lot of niggas. Superstars win regardless. Jimmy G almost beat Mahomes. He was unemployed 2 years later. A lot of niggas almost be good.
Oh, so your point was that he couldn't beat him. And my point is, if Brock Purdy was damn near a possession away from it wasn't even his fault they lost the game.
That's cap.
If Kyle Shanahan would have known the overtime rules, if Kyle Shanahan would have known the overtime rules, they might have won that game.
No, you got the ball back 3 times with enough time to ice the game. You're the quarterback. Y'all did nothing with the ball 3 straight possessions. I know he didn't know the rules, but if Brock Purdy's a better quarterback, they win the Super Bowl.
He's not better than Patrick Mahomes. What are we talking about?
No, I didn't say no, not better than Patrick Mahomes. If he's just a better quarterback, take it from this example. Cam Newton and Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy, game manager, better numbers, can run the offense better. Give me 15 Cam, because if a nigga gotta put a cape on, I don't give a fuck what your completion percentage is. There's only a couple niggas who can put the cape on in the league right now. And when Lamar puts that cape on, we don't care what his completion percentage is.
Oh, I don't think Caleb could put on that cape. That's what we're completely.
Oh, that is the difference. I think Caleb Williams will be a superstar QB. Give me the person.
I am talking about right now, today. You're changing the argument. We said today. We said if we need a game today, off of the film we had.
Yes, I think Caleb Williams is closer to a superstar QB today than Brock Purdy is.
Oh, you're crazy. You're out of your mind.
Today?
Out of your mind.
Caleb, Brock Purdy
didn't have 100 yards-ish. We have one game to go off of, and he played terrible. He looked terrible. He was inaccurate. He couldn't win. He couldn't play in the pocket. He couldn't escape pressure. When he saw pressure, he took off running immediately, and he missed multiple throws. If we are basing off of that one game versus a game Brock Purdy had yesterday where he was perfect and should have had 2 touchdowns that Brandon Ayuk dropped, yes, he didn't do anything wrong. So how are we taking those? How are you looking at me like I'm crazy? Because I'm saying the guy that couldn't throw for 100 yards was inaccurate and ran at the first sign of pressure was not better than the other guy.
Caleb wasn't running he was being pressured. He was not he was being pressured.
And when he was pressured, when you're pressured, they teach you to stand tall in the pocket and deliver the throw and just take the hit. He was not doing it.
Okay, listen, every time you cannot deliver. Sometimes you need
to. He didn't do it anytime.
Sometimes
he had 9 completions or 12 completions.
Sometimes you do need to leave the pocket in the NFL. Yes, that does happen.
And then when he tried, he got caught.
You're not going to get out every time. Mahomes doesn't break every sack.
You're making excuses.
No. See, my problem is I'm saying Caleb. You're judging Caleb on a Mahomes scale and then telling me he can't be a superstar player. Either he cannot play that good and you don't think he should be. So we should grade him on a Jimmy G Brock Purdy scale then. Just a good. He's going to beat Jared Goff. We should grade him on that scale. Because you just say Jared Goff was better than him, and niggas thought Jared Goff wasn't an NFL quarterback his rookie year.
Literally, that's exactly what I'm saying. I am saying you need to stop comparing Caleb to the top 5 quarterbacks in this league and start comparing him to the bottom 15. But start putting him in that conversation.
But you just said Jared Goff is going to be a top 4 quarterback in the NFC in the playoffs. And niggas were literally saying that's not an NFL quarterback after his first season. So it can't be both. It can't be Jared Goff is going to be.
I'm not talking about any season past this one. I'm damn near really only talking about the next 10 games of him. He's not good right now, and it's okay. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's Mahomes. I'm not comparing him to Mahomes. I am saying he was bad. He was pitiful.
He was a rookie. He was a rookie quarterback in his first start.
You called him a top 5 quarterback. I called he was going to the Super Bowl. So I'm judging.
Yes, they don't play the Super Bowl in September.
I know, but Super Bowl's teams still look like Super Bowl teams.
The Chiefs lost week 1 last year.
They still look very good.
No, they didn't. They couldn't catch a pass. They beat themselves last year. Chris Jones wasn't even on the field.
They have Patrick Mahomes. That's out of the question.
No. You said they. As a team, they did not look good last year.
They have Patrick Mahomes. I don't care. Lamar Jackson, and the Ravens look like a Super Bowl team. The 49ers.
No, they didn't. They almost lost to a rookie quarterback that same day.
I'm talking about last year.
Yes, they almost lost.
I'm talking about this year. I'm talking about this year. The San Francisco 49ers look like Super Bowl team. Baltimore Ravens. San
Fran started slow last year too.
Kansas City Chiefs. I am talking about this year again. I'm talking about yesterday on week 1. They look like Super Bowl teams. You can tell a good team when you see a good team. You can see a good quarterback and tell that he's a good quarterback. I am not telling you Caleb Williams is ass. I am telling you that he had habits yesterday that you're not breaking in one season. That's all I'm saying. If you were in the Pac-12 with literally the worst defense in college football and you had 4 games where you couldn't complete 50% of your passes at USC with with whatever the coach name was, then you just have a deficiency and it's okay to admit
Wait. It's because 4 games he didn't complete 50%. Like that is enough. That right there. That small sample on a team where you had to throw the ball 60 times a game. That sample is enough to say, oh yeah, this is the type of quarterback he'll be, even though he'll never play in a situation like that again.
Again, I did not say that was the type of quarterback he will be. I said that is the type of quarterback he is. And
see, that's my thing. How do we know he's that quarterback when he's only played in that one situation? Because when he was on Oklahoma and they had a good defense, he never never had that problem.
He played on Oklahoma in his freshman year and only played one game. So
no, he played more than one game.
Or he played 2 games. He played the last end of the game.
But my thing is, when you play for USC and you have to pass the ball 70 times a game because your defense is giving up 45, your completion percentage may be lower than a nigga like Mac Jones who played for Alabama.
Shadur Sanders was sacked more than anybody else in the country last year. Was facing consistent pressure and playing better defense on a worse team with worse weapons and did not have one game where he completed under 50% of his passes.
Okay.
That does not happen in college unless you are playing piss poor football.
So if Caleb would have just got sacked instead of incompletes, it would have been better. So if he would have just took sacks like Shador did the whole season to protect his completion percentage, so his numbers do look good instead of trying to win the game. If he just took the sacks and said, all right, I'll just take the sacks, keep my completion percentage high, and in these 4 games, I would be a better NFL QB.
You completely made that up because you're not watching the incompletions to be like, well, he threw it away instead of having the sack. That's not what you.
No, he's throwing the ball down. That's my thing. I'm not gonna take one stat out of context for 4 games and think that's it. But especially because this is my thing. We've seen him win in college versus good defense.
Let me
Let me
bring that point back again. The point about the completion percentage was he's playing bad defenses in college with the best talent around him. With one of the
was not the best talent around him.
With he had one of the best offensive groups in the country.
Not even close. Not even close.
Yes, in the Pac-12. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And he was playing. This is not arguable. He's playing with one of the 5 best play callers in college. The fact that you have 4 games where you couldn't complete 50% of your passes means that you probably have a problem in the pocket. When all of the film says you have a problem.
No, that's my thing. The film does not say that.
The film does say that.
The film does not say that.
Look at
I'm telling you, the film does not say that.
Look at his scouting report. His thing is he's not great from the pocket, and he does not win from the pocket, and he's inaccurate from the pocket, and he runs when he sees pressure. That is what they are saying about him, and it's okay.
Listen, I don't know who they is, but what I have seen from Caleb in his scouting from USC is he does not play within the confines of a system.
That's not how you win in the NFL, then.
No, but that's different from I can't win in the pocket. Steph Curry don't play within the confines of a basketball system because he play a certain way. Mahomes' knock when he was coming out of college was what? Oh, the same exact shit you talking about now all applies to Mahomes because he couldn't win in Texas Tech with one of the best play callers in Cliff Kingsbury who created the offense running in the NFL right now with all that mesh air raid stuff. Couldn't win from the pocket, ad-libs too much, inaccurate in the pocket. All the stuff you're saying is exactly what they said about Patrick Mahomes. That is where the comparison comes from. Not because they're both light-skinned. It's because they both play exactly the same.
And what you're missing is the first time we saw Mahomes, he threw 5 touchdowns. The first time we saw Caleb Williams, he couldn't throw for 100 yards, didn't have a touchdown.
Mahomes sat a whole year.
Ish. That is my point. He's just not ready yet. That's okay. Why are you acting like you're saying something crazy?
No, because I never said September 5th he'd be the 7th best quarterback in the league. I never said week 1.
To go to the Super Bowl.
Yes,
I'm saying that from what I saw from week 1, what I saw from his scouting report, and what I saw from last year at USC, Caleb Williams is not good enough to march through the NFC and will not be good enough to march through the NFC. He will not be a top 7 quarterback by the end of the year. He will not march through the NFC and march through San Francisco, Philadelphia, Atlanta, Green Bay, Detroit.
You don't have to beat all those teams.
You don't have to. He's not marching through that and then getting
to the Super Bowl. You don't have to beat all those teams,
He's not beating 3 of them. He's not winning 3 playoff games.
So he couldn't beat Atlanta, Packers, and Detroit.
No.
That is my thing. Like, you're saying I picked him to win the Super Bowl. Well, I picked him to go to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl. I'm not saying by week 10 he's in the MVP conversation. I'm not saying week 14 he'll be throwing for 400 yards. I think when the divisional round starts, he will be an elite quarterback. The same way C.J. Stroud was a top 3 quarterback in the league, the divisional last year, I think Caleb Williams has that same potential. And the same thing niggas said about C.J. Stroud. Oh, he was at Ohio State. He can't make these throws. He never made these throws. He can't ad-lib. It's a bunch of stuff he can't do because he didn't do that in college. It does not make sense to me because it's not a one-to-one translation. C.J. Stroud played for Ohio State. There was things he never had to do that he has to do now. Niggas thought C.J. Stroud couldn't throw outside the pocket. That's one of his best attributes. Caleb Williams couldn't play from inside the pocket at USC because he needs to score 45 million points a game. That is why I don't think that the 4 games he didn't have 50% matters more than him winning the Heisman and being one of the arguably the best quarterback in college football for 3 years. I don't think those 4 games where he was under 50% for those 4 specific games outweighs his potential moving forward. I just don't see it.
All right, we just disagree then, because Caleb Williams they're not going to the Super Bowl. I don't even know if they make the playoffs, and he's just not great yet, and that's okay. He can't.
Will he be?
Yes. He might be.
Okay, how long do you think it takes?
It might take to week 10 before he's very good.
No. How long do you think it is until he's an elite quarterback? Until he's
an elite quarterback to me is one of the 5 to 6 greatest.
Okay,
yeah. 2 years.
See that? No.
Tell me, who are you watching between Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, C.J. Stroud, Joe Burrow?
No, keep naming them. Every quarterback you're naming is niggas that are exactly that example.
Joe Burrow and
Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts,
Herbert and Stafford are my 6 right now. Who is he jumping? Unless Matt Stafford retires and jumps, who is he jumping right now?
Herbert, easy.
No, you're crazy.
No. But wait. Before we get off, listen to the niggas you name. Justin Herbert, one of the best rookie years we ever saw. C.J. Stroud, one of the best rookie years we ever saw. Brock Purdy, first try was in the NFC Championship. Jalen Hurts, first full season under that with all those weapons. Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes, first full season. AFC Championship game. This is not 2005 where you gotta be bad your whole rookie year, bad half your second year, and then you click. These niggas are coming in with 30 million reps ready to go.
And that does not, and guess, all those 6 quarterbacks you named are in their prime and they're getting better every year.
No. I'm talking
crack the 6, he would have to get better.
I ain't talking about those quarterbacks right now. I'm talking about quarterbacks who first year looked amazing.
You asked me when Caleb will be elite. That is the question I was answering. Yeah. And for him to be elite, he would have to jump one of those guys. And they're all getting older and better.
No, timeline, you said it would take 2 years. All those quarterbacks you named, it didn't take none of them 2 years. I'm telling you, I defy you to find me an elite top-tier quarterback. It took multiple seasons to be like, you know what? Maybe he's great.
I am telling you, I don't think he's cracking that top 6 in 6 years. That don't mean he can't be 7, 8, 9, or 10. I'm telling you, I don't think he cracks that top 6.
Oh, like ever?
No. He might crack it in 2 years is what I was saying. So next year he will not be in the top 6. The year after we'll probably
they'll get worse?
No, they're going to get better, which is why I'm saying that he'll be in that conversation. Year 3, when we start making quarterback lists, it'll be okay. Now we'll start seeing Caleb in the top 5. But next year, we're not going to see that.
Like you said with the NFC, like all of history does not show that this happened. When has that ever happened for any quarterback ever?
What?
My first 2 years, I was just a guy. My 3rd year, I'm one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Who has it ever happened for?
Josh Allen.
And he went back to being just a guy.
Josh Allen is one of the 3-4 best quarterbacks in all.
First of all, maybe.
There is no maybe.
No.
You're the only person that says that.
That's not true.
It's not a maybe. It's not a maybe. Josh Allen
is he better than Lamar? He better than Lamar Jackson?
No, that's 2. He's 3. No, he's a 3rd. I have him at 3.
And it's niggas that think Burrow better than him.
And that's 4. He's a top 5 quarterback. You're not naming 5 quarterbacks better than him. Stop it.
Well, he was a top 2 quarterback for that season. But that's my thing where I said it's kind of regressed to the mean. But Lamar Jackson, first season, it came in middle of the season. Went to the playoffs. First full season, won MVP. Mahomes, first year starting, AFC Championship game. Justin Herbert, first year, 4,500 yards. Jordan Love, first year, divisional round. C.J. Stroud, divisional round. It's too much examples of, oh yeah, you can listen. Rookie quarterback, give it a couple weeks. That first year, whatever it looks like your ceiling is your ceiling. We've never seen a nigga his first year. Even Matt Ryan, rookie year, looked amazing.
You keep talking about my seat. I keep saying Caleb is going to be one of the 5 best quarterbacks in the league.
And my point is, if he is ever going to be top 5, at some point this year, he will look like it. Whether it's a game.
I said that. I said he might be really good by game 10. I said right now, he's not good enough to go to the Super Bowl, and they may not be the playoffs. That don't mean he's not going to be very good.
So if week 14, he's an elite quarterback, what happens?
He's not going to be an elite quarterback week 14. That is a top 5 to top 6 quarterback. If he's a really good quarterback by week 14, I still think they may be out of the playoffs because he might have been so bad week 1 through 10.
We'll see.
We will see. Yeah. Amazing show. Great shit. Yeah. We went way longer than I thought we were. I was like, man, it's just us. We ain't been just us. We're going to do an hour and 45 minutes, 2 hours and 15 minutes. Yeah, we do this shit, man. Anything else? Anything else? Any games we missed? Everybody else games? I did want to talk about Joe Burrow, but I'll save it. Actually,
No. Fuck that. Hell no.
Hey, man.
No. This is a bill. We doing the Patriots segment.
Hey, like,
we doing the Patriots segment.
Close today, Patriots and Bengals. First off, me and Joe Burrow. Hey, y'all. All right. Get right. Posting this on TikTok. All right, look.
It's crazy. I just called you better than Josh Allen. Ooh, boy. Let me tell you something, Joe.
Joe Burrow, man. Joe Burrow, Cincinnati Bengals fans, and NFL fans across the nation. Please, can we stop putting Joe Burrow ahead of Lamar Jackson? Can we stop putting Joe Burrow ahead of Josh Allen? Stop it. You guys have you guys have Joe Burrow in front of these two quarterbacks because of one game. I'm sorry to break it to you, but they play more than the AFC Championship game every year. The AFC Championship game that he beat Patrick Mahomes in was 3 years ago, 2 years ago, whenever it was. It's over. It's over. Can we please judge what we have seen since then? And since then, Lamar has been better than him, and Josh Allen has been better than him. I don't even got to bring up Mahomes. So stop comparing him to these guys. He's not on their level yet. He does not consistently play at the level that Josh Allen and Lamar have to play in and week out. He looked bad yesterday. He looked sloppy yesterday. He didn't look like he know where he wanted to go with the ball yesterday. The Bengals got bad vibes all throughout their locker room. They just look bad. Joe Burrow is not a top 3 quarterback, and I want us to stop putting him there because he beat Mahomes a year and a half, 2 years ago.
This is where I'm going to cut you some bail, Joe, because you did beat Josh Allen in the playoffs since then, but I got to see Josh Allen versus this Patriots defense because I thought we was going to be trash. But, of course, in Patriot culture, because we traded Matt Judon, I thought we wasn't going to have a pass rush. I don't know where they found this nigga White. He's an elite pass rusher. So I'm going to hold off till I see us versus the Bills. But Joe, boy, listen, let me tell you something. It's a lot of niggas living on they past. Your time almost up. Same way I tell them niggas about Josh Allen living off 2020. Boy, listen, you've been living off that LSU, that first season at Cincinnati for a long time. And it's the last time you're going to have Jamar Chase. This is the last time you're going to have T. Higgins together. You really may not have Jamar Chase next season the way this shit is looking with, what's their owner name? Brown. Yeah. That you may not have him next year. It's looking real dark for the Bengals. And aside from all that, like you just said, I don't think you're healthy. And I don't think you're hurt in a way that gets better.
Please stop letting Joe Burrow live off his past. You want to say anything about the Patriots?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. We look really, really good on defense. And on offense, we looked a lot different than I thought we would because we dominated in the trenches. And, hey, man, y'all niggas play around in the AFC East if you want. Y'all hit Jacoby Brissett real hard. I thought that boy was finna get up. Listen, be real careful who you hitting. Because if Drake may come in and play like Anthony Richardson, if he go 9 for 30, if he go 9 for 18 for 200 yards with this defense, it may be enough to beat a lot of y'all teams. That's why I'm waiting to see how Josh Allen look. And that was my warning for Josh Allen and the rest of these AFC teams. Christian Gonzalez is real.
Oh, bro, very.
Christian Gonzalez is really him.
Very. He
is not a joke. Mm-mm. You teams coming in with one good wide receiver, we got something for y'all.
Mm-hmm. All right. That is it for real this time. Anything else?
Yes, I actually did have one thing. OVO Mall said Drake turned the Super Bowl down 4 times. What do you say to that?
Okay.
Do you believe him? He said he turned the Super Bowl down at least 4 times.
No, I can't. 4?
I don't know the chick.
If you would have said 1, I would have.
I know the chick that do the show with him, but it was like, yeah, he turned it down probably like 4 times. She was like, "Is that like out? Like, is that like a real thing? Like, do people know that, or are you just saying that?"
What?
Listen,
okay, whatever.
Yeah, no,
but yeah, okay. Yeah. Salute to Wayne. Salute to Kendrick. Again, congratulations. I'm very excited to see that halftime show. Again, salute to Wayne, the GOAT. Salute to Hove because everybody else has not been saluting you. So salute to Hove always. Salute to the women, especially the women of Atlanta. Hey, you can love us, you can hate us. I just hope you pay us. Show about nothing.